Furious Driving, proud to be supported by Diamond Bright, protecting, cleaning and caring for the Furious fleet and for yours, with 10% off using code FD10. Follow the links in the description below. Hello and welcome to Furious Driving and welcome to the NEC Classic Motorshow 2024, and this is gonna be big. We'll start, as always, in our usual home spot. Well, it's not our usual home spot, this is a really good home spot. If you come and see us, sorry, we are in the doorway of Hall 4, which makes us super easy to find. The Alfa Y145 made it here, no problems at all. I've not checked the oil yet, don't tempt fate. Steph's, it's a standard 10, made it in the nick of time. MOT was done yesterday morning before leaving, then lost a hub. They said both hubs had to be machined and massive stress. Got here late last night. Bella the Bolingo, of course, made it absolutely fine. Ian is about to go live. Say hello, Ian.
Hello. Hi, Internet.
People of the Internet. Yeah, Ian's about to run off into a live, which you may well have seen by this point.
Don't cross the stream.
Don't cross the streams. Right, let's go and run away. We are today dangerously close. I've got a tall thing this time. Dangerously close to the auto jumble. It's all covered up at the minute, so I'm not going to investigate that because that will be boring. We'll go and find that later. But that's going to be dangerously expensive, so I need to watch myself over there. Now, Miracle Chamois, I've no idea what they do. I imagine it's some kind of chamois, but they do have this awesome GMC, is it a Suburban? I think it's about 51, 52. Normally they write it on the number plate in American cars. I love it, absolutely love this thing. This is probably my favourite car of the show, and I've not even seen the show yet. I say that, I walk over to the dinner troll stand. It is currently 8:15 in the morning and no one's here. I've got to be back on my stand by like 9 o'clock. My second favourite car of the show is this absolutely fantastic slammed E30. What are those wheels? Hartger. I've been to Hartger's place in Germany. I still say the name wrong. I love that. And it's also an amazing Defender, I'm gonna say. Kenwood show car, we'll come and catch that later on. There's lots of stuff that's still covered over, which I really want to go and look at later on. Tim Walker Restorations has done this, wow. Does that say supercharged? It does. This is Austin, oh, I don't know, is it Austin 10? I'm a bit hazy on some of the earlier, I love pre-war stuff, but it does look a little bit similar. People say modern cars look similar, but then pre-war cars and 50s cars all look similar as well. Another restoration place over here, Toys and Models. We'll try and not spend too much money over there. They've done some really interesting resto mod stuff here. So we've got this P1800 full body restoration, it says. It's lowered. It's on these really cool chrome alloys. Amazing, I would say cherry red, not quite cherry red. Metallic, it's gorgeous. But then check this out. This is going to divide opinion this weekend. A Barbie pink Aston Martin on white enamel coated wire wheels. The wires actually look really small on it in that colour. We can put a Barbie pink Stetson in the back. That is gonna, well, say divide opinion is putting it more mildly than mildly can be put. That is a 67 DB6. That's next to a more traditional restoration of a 62 E-Type. Right, let's keep wandering, because we are near the top of the stairs. I'm hoping to get this video out on Saturday morning, so this will be current and relevant if you're coming to the show on Saturday or Sunday. Give you an idea of what to find. This is the top of the stairs from 4 into 5. Lots of really cool signage up here. Oh, key rings, loads of key rings. Ooh, I'll prod over them later on. Right, okay, so this is Hall 5. This is where a lot of the clubs are. And already I'm seeing amazing stuff. I don't know what to make a beeline for because there's just too much goodness. So, Californian Classics, they're a Carmen Gear restoration place. They import a lot of cars from America and restore them over here. They do beautiful restorations. It's got the Fuchs alloys on it. Oh, I love the tartan door cards matching the tartan seats on this one. Red and white dashboard looks great. So many nice details. I won't bother them right now. They are in frantic setup mode because the show opens in about an hour. The show opens in an hour, but if you're here, who's grooming the badgers for the badger parade? Yeah, I've not seen the military stuff here before, I don't think. This is a new and interesting thing. So a 25-pounder gun. What is this from? Royal Ordnance and others, 1930 to 1945. They made 12,000 of these things. Wow, that's a hefty old piece of kit. That's a big trailer for not many shops, isn't it? A motorbike? No clue what that will be. That's cool. If you're not sure what this is, it's a Morris C8 Fat, a field artillery tractor, known as a Beetleback quad. Again, 1939 to 1945, it would have towed that gun. That is a chunky little beast, isn't it? It's like a little hippo, proper hippo. That looks fun. That's going to be slow as anything, but wow. I wonder if I can climb inside this thing later. That would be amazing. So 4 seats across the back, 2 seats up front. You're wearing the steering wheel in this thing. I guess that's the captain or the commander in the passenger seat. He's got his turret to look out of over there. Wow, cool stuff. Let's try and get a bit higher. That's a really cool thing. Wow. And a duck, a DKW, or DUKW. Amphibious. This is huge. You don't really appreciate quite how big these things are until you get up close to one. There's a Jeep in between me and it. Wowzers, I love these things. There used to be one that lived in a village near my parents when I was growing up. Just parked on the drive. What does it say? Garwood Industries, Detroit. That's a beast of him. Oh, there's a ladder, we can go up some steps. Again, I wonder if I can go inside this thing later on. I've never been in a duck. How about we swim a duck for our 200th subscriber anniversary in a little while? That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Okay, getting back to a bit normal stuff. So there's a Jeep over there as well, crikey. How'd you overshadow a Jeep? So, I don't know if this is a 2000 or 2500. I'm a little sketchy on these. Loving the aftermarket mini-light wheels and the Radford badge on the back of it. I wonder what that means. Later seats out of, I'm going to say an Alfa 156. So many Alfa 156s have died to give their seats to other cars. I don't want to say lesser cars, but, well, as everything's lesser to an Alfa 156, everything's lesser, sorry. Oh, we've got a few other nice little Spitfire cars. Spitfire 1500. Got a Herald. Nice stuff. Well, this one, nice display here. You can get up on stands so you can see underneath it. If you wonder what it looks like, you can look in the mirrors, or if you've got a camera on a pole, you can rotate. Hello. And goes under. Interesting historical fact, they used to call chamber pots gazunders because they went under the bed, because it goes under. Okay, over here, I just noticed out the corner of my beady little eye, there's a lorry. Quite a big lorry, in fact. And it's got an awful lot of interesting vehicles in it. I don't know what the stand's going to be. We can peek inside. We've got... Can you tell me what that is? I think it might be a Morgan. I can't see from down here. What have we got? It's a little Healy. Little Healy. And a little K-truck. I'm loving the K-truck. I need a K-truck. Oh, wow. Cobra. A Mustang and, ooh, Monaro. A Maloo. HSV Maloo. Oh man, alive. That is an astonishing piece of kit. There's nothing in this truck I would not give house room to. Now, this is, I think, is another restoration company. This is interesting. A lot of restoration companies are making an effort to be here this time. So we've got apparently a Peugeot 205 GT. I'm hopefully going to get a chance to come back and look around a bit more later on. Now, this is very interesting. This is a Lamborghini 400 GT. And if you ever wondered what a Lamborghini 400 GT looks like without any paint or much else, in fact, this is it. So quite a strong, chunky ladder chassis underneath this thing. And this is like amazing, I'm guessing handcrafted metalwork. It's a pretty, pretty thing. The curves are amazing on this. Real hand beaten, probably. Now, this, I'm going to assume, I haven't found the thing yet, is a Subaru. The blue is just swimming deep. Subaru P1, that's quite a rare and valuable Subaru as it goes. That is going to be amazing. Worth a lot of money in it. Now, we appear to be in Miniland. I did see some friends from the Mini Wire Club last night. They said there's a lot of minis all gathered together, and they weren't wrong. There are a lot of minis all gathered together. I'm just going to take a moment just to say I love the wheels on this 1275 GT. Generally, 1275 GTs are quite exciting colours. This one has been restored in baby diarrhea brown, which is nice. That looks great. Those seats, really nice. that complements it really nicely. It's got the raffia type floor mats as well. Very nice indeed. So we've got a whole bunch of Minis over here. What's this one with a 500 on the roof? Cooper Sport 500. The last 500 Minis. Also a wire edge Mini, but nothing like mine. Interesting little crossover period when this car had been running for like 50 odd years. Finally bowed out, and people were really angry about it, even though it was so out of date but still so loved. And people hated the new one because it wasn't the same old one. But yeah, lots of really, really nice Minis up here. Wow, what's this one? The Mini 40th limited edition. So 40 years on, they were doing an anniversary, and 10 years on, they were still doing an anniversary. I've never seen one of these before. That's really interesting. Love the colour on it. But this is where we moved on to, also in 2001. And this is the O2 register, which is where the supercharged came in 2002. And I'll quickly have a little moment of pride just here, because I turn up to every Y Register event, whether I like it or not. I always do like it, because my car is on the banners, because I did a photo for them. And then Tanya had it printed up. That is a nice selection of cars. They've got a big stand this year. I guess it kind of shows how popular these things really are becoming. Definite, solid future classic. There we go. All the Ys. These are the interesting pre-production cars, or very early hand-built production cars that went out before the car was actually launched in 2001 properly. A Mini Cooper register, so I'm guessing these are all going to be Mini Coopers. Another 1275 GT. This is more the kind of colour you expect. Again, brilliant wheels. And we've got the, is this the actual Monte Carlo car? Apparently it is. The Monte Carlo winner 1964, January 21st. So, 60 years ago? Wow. A Cooper S estate. Wow. The thing about this show is there's so much comes out of the woodwork for this. I've never seen a Cooper S in this body format, and with a tailgate as well. That is fascinating. Now, coming from regular Minis, we've got all the Mini, this is Midas, because Minis have been the basis of kit cars aplenty over the years. These are very 1980s looking, aren't they? In a very cool kind of way. Over here, got the Mokes. Mokes are so much fun. You might have seen the Renault 4 Rodeo video I did very recently. That was like a French answer to these things, which didn't really catch on. These didn't catch on enormously, but they did become a bit of a cultural icon of the swinging 60s in their own right. But yeah, these are very cool indeed. There was even a twin-engine four-wheel drive version that someone did. These are, well, if you think of Minis basic, this is just taking it to a whole new level. All right, so what else have we got lurking around here? Oh, got an Avantime. Ridiculous, but I love it more than you can possibly imagine. Also love the Velsatis as well. Got more Triumphs, Dolomite Club. Is that a Sprint? Yes, it is. I'd love a Sprint in that colour as well. Great car, rear-wheel drive, lots of power. How much brown can you fit into one car? All of the brown. Triumph 6 Club. This is just a quick skim around on, home in on the odd car here and there, but I've not got long to get around here. Morris Minor Millions. Because they built literally 1 million of these things. Incredible. Okay, now we've got Citroen Mahari, talking about the Renault Rodeo. And I've got the Mahari, which is kind of...
This is a message for all exhibitors. All exhibitors are requested to check their stands. Any items that should not be there.
I don't know if you can hear me over the announcement, but that's really cool. Okay, jumping over here to the Citroen Club, Main. I followed this car in, actually. I'll come to you in a second. Little Citroen Visa. You do not see Visas anywhere at all these days. They've just disappeared from the world. Then we've got, I assume this is a DS, not an ID. Check out that rear blind. That is such a cool thing. So many amazing details on this thing. The way that line just swoops up and curves around. It looks like a Rover P6 at this point. Lovely, lovely car. And there's enclosed headlights which rotate. So many futuristic features on these things. Brilliant cars. Oh yeah, and there's one of these as well. Do I know someone with one of these? Citroen styling Maserati engine. There's literally nothing to say. Just wow. And look at the position of the radio in there. Isn't that mental? And that wonderful gear selector. That is a manual, obviously. And those seats, the banana seats. So much glass, so many curves. I'm going to do a drone style shot over the top of it, just because you'll like that. That's lovely. So this is an interesting potential future classic. This is the C3, I think the Plurial, isn't it? Where you could lift off the roof. And this is a Charleston edition, this is a Plurial. Charleston edition, like on the old 2CVs and Dianas and things. It was a hard top, but you could lift out the centre section to have like a Targa, or you could lift off the entire side bars and have it as a full convertible or roadster type thing. Really interesting. Quite annoying if you're out and suddenly you find you do want the roof, but at the same time, what a weird and interesting solution to a problem no one was asking for. I love it. So yeah, hopefully a few of these will be saved. I think they rot quite badly, so I suspect a lot have already gone to the scrapyard in the sky. But interesting little styling details, early noughties kind of thing, this kind of perforation and buttony type thing, very early noughties styling detail. I love the fact they've gone back to the old Charleston colour scheme as well. It's really interesting, and I do hope some survive as an interesting future classic. And then we've got this, oh, it's a turbo. Wow, that is nice. The fact it's a turbo does make it even more special. It is huge. Those alloys as well. The spats on the back are so cool. Oh, check out the 1990s pod speakers. And that steering wheel. Oh, if you like weirdness in your cars, and you definitely should, you need to love these. That's an instruction. Okay, now we're on the Traction Owners Club stand. Another of my favourite kind of cars. These, again, just so forward thinking, so clever. We do have a review of a Traction Avant Commercial, which is the Estates version, the world's first hatchback car, on the channel. And I was absolutely blown away with the thing. And I apologise for the endless interruptions from up there. I've no idea what she's saying, she's blathering on again. Yeah, these are so cool, such good looking cars. They're just, in the same way the Crown Victoria is like the epitome of America. You show someone a Crown Vic, you think, yeah, New York. You show someone one of these, they think Paris. It's France summed up in one car. Okay, let's run over here because we've got 205 GTIs. This is my great missed out, lost love kind of thing. The car almost was, but never quite did. I was actually offered one by a work colleague many years ago. I really wanted it, the black 1.6, and I couldn't get insurance on it. But then a week after, the engine blew up because he never changed the oil, it turned out. So I missed out, but pretty a lucky miss. These are so cool. If you've never driven a Peugeot 205 of any variety, get any opportunity you can because they are so, so good. But like an MX-5, there's one over there. You don't appreciate how good they are until you drive one. Then you think, why have I missed out so long? Now this, I'm going to have to go and read the front of it. It's a 1914 Peugeot GP, rebuilt by Ivan Dutton to emulate Peugeot Grand Prix cars known as Les Charlatans. GP Indianapolis. That's a beast. Look at the size of that chassis rail down there. Chunky as anything. You're sitting right by the fuel tank. You've got your brass or copper hoses running fuel underneath you. Oh, you got the laurel wreaths. This is fantastic. This is real motoring. Look at those. Look at those gauges. The tachometer. The steam pressure. It's very Jules Verne, isn't it? What a 404 pickup. Something about old Peugeots from the 60s, 70s look amazing as estates and pickups. They look so elegant and so utilitarian at the same time. It's a real clever thing. We love a bit of restoration stuff happening. I think it's the Morris Miners young members. This is a miner that's in pieces. As I imagine was the owner when they found the rust. You see they braced it all up inside because there's basically no floor. No. So TR Register Youth, oh okay, that's interesting. There's a TR Register Youth chapter as well. This is really good because no disrespect to the older generations who have owned and loved these cars all these years, because I'm so glad they have. They've saved us, and their enthusiasm has passed down the generations. But without younger people coming into the clubs, then the clubs are going to die and so are the cars. So it's fantastic. There are these kind of young people's chapters of these really popular clubs like Triumph and MG and are here. In fact, is Oomph. This is the Oxford University's motorsport thing. We've featured them at previous shows. Oh, going back to other cars, Peugeots again. More modern stuff. Is that a 106 Rally, I think? Really cool, stripped out fast, like a GTI, but lighter weight. And this is a lovely, lovely piece of design, the 406 Coupe, Pininfarina, doing their business all over a 406. They've taken basically an ordinary saloon car and turned it into something really, really beautiful. It's a good looking saloon to start with, to be fair. Oh, hello, Alpines. These are great driving cars. That's the latest one, or laterist, in racing format. This is the newest one, which I drove and I liked, but wasn't blown away with. I found the steering and gear change, it's an automatic, which sucked. It just didn't really work in conjunction, because you have to put it in modes. Because it's a modern automatic with modes, I'm going to go into a bit of a moan about here. You have to have sport mode or regular mode or whatever else. In regular mode, the steering is okay, but the gear change is really dead. So you need sport mode for the gear change, but the steering was just too, it's just wrong. You need to basically remap the car in every way before you can use it properly. Beautiful looking car though. And these things are really good, lovely V6 in the back, amazing French styling, all good. Nice, Scody, you badass Scody, hey. So what have we got here? And got the coupe, little sunroof aftermarket, debumpered, that's quite cool like that. Ah, we've got opportunity to a quick look at the engine. We'll always look at the engine if we can. Check this out, the rear engine of a Skoda. Morning! Frantic polishing time. I need to go and do some of that when I'm not filming. Oh, this is cool. Skoda Cube Van, which is basically, yeah, Polo, isn't it? Then we've got the VRS Superb. That's super fast. Oh, that's very grey, isn't it? I wonder if that's a factory colour. But yeah, 309. Really like 309. We did the really basic one video a little while ago, beginning of the year, I think, or end of last year. Basically, it was a Talbot, Arizona. It would have been the last Talbot, but it never was. Oh, this is Boston Classic Car Club. They have quite interesting cars in that group. Little Singer, 1952 Singer Roadster. That's 52. That looks like 1930s. This is a Mini Clubman. And we've got, is that Trabant? Iron Curtain vehicles. I know Wartburg or Wartburg. Oh, this is the Wartburg Trabant IFA Club, so it makes sense they're here. Interesting how, you know, these things from behind the Iron Curtain just plodded on for decades, basically unchanged. I mean, this is something that looks like 20, 30 years older than the kind of Western European rivals. This is an 89 Trabant. Mad fettling going on in preparation. It's not cardboard, it's Duroplast. Yeah. Because everyone says that about these things. They're made of cardboard, aren't they? Then why don't they melt? OG Cars, hello OG Cars. You all right? You looking forward to the show?
Yeah, looking forward to it.
So you've brought Twingo?
I've got Twingo and Panda.
Yay, other OG car person.
Yes.
Hello there. Hello, you're right. I'll say goodbye to you guys. Have a lovely show and happy birthday, 30 years of little, what's his name?
Mr. P.
Of Mr. P, the Twingo. Happy 03 years old. See you later. And they've got, as well as that, this is the Young Retro Motor Club stand. By the way, really cool club. Check them out on YouTube, on Facebook, and OG Cars is their YouTube channel. Really, really good stickers. Excellent sticker action. I've got the Need for Tweed on the back of the 75. I've got the Panda, and this little Kia. Who does not love an original Kia Pride? That is so, so cool. Oh goodness, there's so much over there. I want to go and check out that brass era stuff over there. But over here, oh my God, this is a smorgasbord of stuff. There's so much to see. The Renault Club. I'm going to do this in a lap and get to see the best of the worst at the end, because it depends how you look at it. So we've got this fantabulous yellow slice of amazing. Oh, look at the model of it in the back. I wonder if they bought that yellow. Was it Renault 12? Sorry, Renault 12 TS. Those wheels, those just scream France in the 70s. 3 studs, goodness me. All the matching stuff in the back, I love this so much. That dashboard is so cool. And that kind of little strip of segregated bits all there matches up just there. Oh, it's such a good bit of design. None left. Okay, Clio, is this a Williams? Or is it one of the other hot ones? How tiny is that mirror? It is a Williams, isn't it? Yeah, it is a Williams. These are just epic. This one, again, add it to your list of cars you need to have a go in at some point, because however good you think it's going to be, it's going to be better. Got a really sharp steering, amazing tight gearbox. It feels so good. The chassis is just incredible. And the engine just spins up. And it's a pretty little thing. I mean, it's undeniably a pretty little thing. Even as a base model Clio, good looking cars, stick the wide arches and all the other goodness on there. Just fantastic. And going to the other end of that, we have got a little Renault 4, really early Renault 4. And look at the front end on this thing. Got the simple grille, the pressed grille, little lights. It would have been the single mirror. Almost a bench seat. You could probably get 6 people in there, really, couldn't you? It's such a practical car. Frantic polishing going on over here on the Morris Minor Club. Is that USA? Is that left-hand drive? Sorry, I'm going to go back to the Renaults in a second. Oh, that's cool. A California Minor. So this is your Tom?
We have the story of this is on YouTube as well. Yeah.
Okay, what channel is it on?
Tempting Fate Tours.
Tempting Fate Tours. It's full story, but in very brief.
Yeah. This car was sold in California, and it was parked in a garage in 1955, and it was parked in a garage in 1968.
Oh wow. Okay.
And we dragged it out of the garage this past year.
So that's, hang on, bad maths, about 55 years?
55 years for a 1955 Traveler.
That's incredible.
Yes.
Did it need much?
Not to begin. Well, actually, we did all the brakes, we did all the hydraulics, and got it running again, and just oil, regular stuff.
Yeah.
And then the minute we had it on the transporter to load it to come across the United States, back to the East Coast, it blew the head gasket.
Perfect.
Yes,
yeah.
perfect. So when we got it home, all of the list of things I had to do to get it ready for it going to minors on tour in the Netherlands, it just went out the window.
So suddenly it was...
and so instead I got the head, head redone and put the head on it, and that was it. And we brought it to the Netherlands, and it promptly blew the diff out. But luckily, the folks in the MMOC are wonderful, and they had a diff with them, and so I replaced that on the floor of a Dutch barn.
Excellent.
Yeah, and we completed the trip, and we've had it all.
Incredible.
We brought it back to the UK, and it's been in storage here, waiting for the show. Here.
And then we're going back home after the show.
Yes, it's going to go promptly to the port, or otherwise we'll probably be owed duty.
Oh yeah.
So it's been here just long enough that we'll be fine.
Oh, brilliant! That's so cool. Thank you. I hope you have a great show.
And you.
And if you're coming here tomorrow or Sunday, then do come and find this car in Hall. And it's actually registered on these California black plates, so it's technically a classic in California. There is one aftermarket edition which the owner's kids seem to have put in at some point when this lived in a garage for 50 years. It's a foot pedal with a doorbell. It's brilliant.
I need to lubricate it.
If you hit it hard enough and frequently enough, you can pretend it's a 1940s police car. So that was really cool, but now we've got some other really interesting things as well. This is from the East, behind the Iron Curtain again, really. FSO, I said Polonaise, that's the only name I seem to know. Polski Fiat. Now, the Polski Fiat guys are really, really enthusiastic. They built one of these cars at the show a year or two ago. FSO police car, they got a police car and a fire car. That is so interesting. To me. So that's a Polonaise police car?
Recreation.
Okay.
Recreation, because they really hard to...
I guess they get used to death.
To find the original, the police cars.
Yeah.
And they used to was in a really bad condition. That's why we are recreate them.
Yeah.
That is original pickups. What was being sold in UK because it's a right-hand drive. Another estate.
Is that a 125 or a
125?
Yeah.
All of them in the middle.
Okay.
They are 125.
I'll be honest, I don't know the models of FSOs that well, so I know the Polonaise. Is it the late 80s, early 90s that was for sale?
Up to 2000, I think.
Yeah,
Up to 2000, because there was after that they bought the brand and they make like a Deu.
The new models, yeah. Yeah.
First time we are bring the Fiat 125 to the show, because we are every each year, and first time we bring the Fiat 125 to the show.
No, it's good.
All the time we try bring some stuff what you never seen before.
Yeah. Did you build one? Actually, built a car at the show last year. That was you, wasn't it? Yeah.
We, last year we built a small Fiat 126.
That was it.
No,
Yes.
no, last year.
Yeah.
And this year on March we built Polonez.
Yeah. I thought I'd seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very impressive. No, fantastic. If you want to come find these guys, they're at the bottom end of Hall 5, and it's a great show. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a Polonez 1.5 hatchback. 998 being the emergency number. 1984. Wow. Interesting cars. I love the modifications. Got the Saabs. They're still undercover because it's 9 o'clock now, and the press are just starting to trickle in, and the cars are starting to cover up. The unveiling of this. Da, 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 da. It's like a car show almost. I think we saw this turbo at the last show. It's a fantastic colour you just don't see very often. Looks so cool. A 340. Is that an S40? I think it is. Love it on those wheels. That's really cool. And it's a turbo, of course, as well. That's very nice indeed. But Laguna-ish. And this is interesting. DKW stand. Sorry, I'm literally running again because this happens every single year. So I'm not going to talk about every single stand. I'm going to pick out a few favourite things. Every stand has got something amazing, and I wind up doing the entire show and then running. But yeah, so DKW's part of the Auto Union stable from before VW Group swallowed everything. Really unusual cars. Again, we didn't really get these in the UK particularly, so they're all left-hand drive. That one we did get in the late 50s, early 60s. It's at 1000, I think. Look at the shape of it. It's like a toy almost. Really interesting. I love the colour as well. And so different. Not many years between them, but that's like the slopey, curvy thing. That's got the mid-century fins. This looks very, very 1970s cool, but like a Mercedes from the early 70s. But I am drawn inexorably towards this van, this little minibus. That is so cool. I have never seen one. I love the shape of that. That's just so interesting. I love the Beetle headlights. I think there might be. So I'm guessing it is front-engined because it's got a flat floor in the back, and you've got the vent just there. Sliding, no, I thought it was a sliding side door, but no, you're just going to fold the seat back, I think. What a cool, interesting thing. Oh. So we'll go over there in a second. Lots to see over there. The early Saabs, the Saab Club. Saab Club are really nice people, by the way. If you just got to think about how nice Saabs are and how sensible and lovely they are, the people who go with them are kind of the same. Really nice people. So I just wanted to say a quick little thing over here. I think it was this car. I followed this car in through the NEC, the long labyrinthine way through the car. And I was following it thinking, what's he doing here? That's a W Reg Laguna. That's far too new to be here. And as I was driving that and thinking that, it suddenly occurred to me, I was driving a W Reg car as well. So they're both 30 years old. This one I just noticed had a 30-year banner on it. 30 years of the Laguna, who knew? Also, Swedish and lovely are the Volvos. I think we probably recognise a few of the cars that have turned up here because a few regular faces. Got the 240 there estate, got a 145 estate. This one's been to photo, so we might well have seen this one previously. I think we have, so I remember that amazing red interior. Oh, got a rather nice P1800. Oh, that 164, yes, the 164s are beautiful cars. So much detail in the front of them. Really nice. Oh, and then we've got 850, morning. 850 wagon from the BTC era, well not really. It's a recreation of the Rickard Rydell car. So cool. These just put Volvos and the big bricks on the map. Now I did get to drive, very briefly, one of these the other day. It's the Bertone Coupe, the 262C. Not put the video out yet, just get a little short one for 5 minutes or so, because it can get long in the car, but it is such a cool, interesting thing. The most luxurious Volvo ever built in some ways of putting it. And this, oh, this is very cool. An Amazon rod, a custom version. Those wheels are just epic. Got the oiled over the patina paint style. That is so, so cool. Love a little resto mod. So a quick glance inside. Check out those seats and baseball mitt type leather and matching that onto the steering wheel. The paint matching the roof. And these wheels apparently are kind of based on a Bentley style but custom made for the stud pattern. Incredible stuff. Okay. And this is a bit more than you might expect from the classic Volvo register. A 544, the little Beetleback beauty. We saw lots of these in the museum over in Sweden last year. Lovely. So cool. And of course, another Amazon. I don't think I've seen an Amazon on wire wheels before. Let us know what you think of that in the comments. And of course, we've got the truck. We always have the truck here on the Volvo enthusiast stand. Righty, hokey cokey, we're now in VW land. So we've got the Scirocco register. Very, very nice cars here. I love it when people go full on the detailing. This is my favourite thing of these. I've got to do more of it myself because I've got all the gear at home. It's got a copy of Smash Hits. I wonder if it's from, this is March 92. Is that the same year as this car? What plate is it? It's a J, so it probably is the right year, if not the same month. Oh, check out the waterproof Sony Walkman Sports. That is a cool Walkman. I'd have loved that one when I was, well, that age in 1992. Really cool cars. I love those turbo Ronals. Oh, nice wheels on this one. So that's a lovely alloy. These are cool cars. Really good looking cars. And we've got the more stock one over there, which has got the standard alloys, standard ride height, which still looks amazing even like that as well. And we've got the grey one in back as well, so plenty of cars. Slightly newer, got the Corrado, replaced the Scirocco. VR6, great engine. Sinister in black, the white one as well. It's like a chess set made of Volkswagens. We'll run back to the Audis over there in a second. There's another VR6 still covered over. We've been walking for an hour now and I've covered not that much ground. So we've got some really cool Volkswagen Beetles and Golfs here. This is, what's the club is this? Classic VW Owners Club. So slammed Beetle convertible on some modified Fuchsias. Interesting. Very, very heavily stanced. The tyre wear will be terrible. I can hear you shouting that already at the screen. We've got these genuine proper T-shelves clipped on the door like you go to a drive-through movie. Look at the centre on the steering wheel. That's just fantastic. Lovely, so nice. Lovely detail on this car. And the fold-out windscreen as well. Another nice one. We've got this Mark 1 Golf. A lot of, I think, pretty rare parts on this one. I love the detailing with the paint and the carbon. Really, really nice. There's twin spoilers, we've got the louvres. Carbon bucket seats. Someone has gone to town on this thing. Oh, that gear shift as well. That looks like a lot of fun. And we've got Mark II E60, the supercharged edition 1. That is very cool. Nice wheels. Okay, this is cool. This is a little bit different. Off-road Beetle. I very much approve of this. So we've got the jacked up suspension, we've got the chunky off-road tyres, got a little bull bar with the KC spotlights, got a roof back. Check how sturdy this roof rack is. More KC spotlights and a light bar. Inside it's fairly standard, got the leather interior, love the colourway, and we've got the spare wheel mounted on the boot, because it's a big chunky spare wheel that's not even going to fit in the boot. I'd love to see this thing going off-road. That is so brilliant. I love seeing something so different, so mad. I'm very, very impressed with this. Sad and tired bug transformed into a Baja-style bug by Volksmagic. That's very cool. Now we've got, oh, is this a Jetta? Wow, the Forgotten Golf. The Jetta is a Golf Saloon. That's a GTI as well. That is a rare car. Complete with the Recaro seats in there, the plaid. Oh my God, he's gone to plaid. Next to a couple of very nice Beetles. Again, the accessorization is strong in these. Another convertible. Oh, shout out to the Classic Car Loan Project. That's really good. Got the wheel spats on there. Nice bit of accessorization. This one's very stock, very standard. Again, got the tea and picnic case. Love that. And this one is sort of standard looking, but slammed, very nicely restored. It's a 1970 car, but it's got a few older style details on it. Oh, that's interesting. The high level rack and the swamp cooler. I've no idea if these things actually work, but they are very popular in the VW scene. Oh my goodness, there's a chance to win the bug. I think I might have to enter that. I'm kind of walking in circles around here at the minute. I managed to miss the Audis a moment ago. They're blatting down here. The Audi 80s, the B4 convertible, 2.6e coupe. Those are great looking cars, aren't they? Running around here, okay, because we are running short on time now, not to mention battery power. And we are running into more Audis and what's like more of the modern Quattros, RS5 and RS6s. I'll go for the 6 myself out of those two, I think, just my personal preference. We've got the more older stuff. Club Audi have got a lovely 80 GT, 100 coupe. Oh, I love the colour on that coupe. That's just the best, isn't it? What a great combination, the orange and the turquoise. And back to the auto unions. Okay, running around here, we've got, oh, okay, Santa Pod. Got the tyres, this is clever. This is very clever. Santa Pod tyre smoke for the burnouts made of cotton wool. That's brilliant, I love that. So Santa Pod and a lot of V-dubs. If you love a VW, you're in the right place today. All the beach buggies, everyone just slightly different. It's all kind of basically handmade. You buy a kit, base it on your Beetle, and you build it how you want. I've got to say the Metaflake stuff is just incredible on these. It's so, so good. It just really makes it. And the off-road tyres on this one, that is pure 60s joy. 1964 Mayer's Manx. Because the Manx buggy was the first one, wasn't it? But those wheels, oh, that's a tough choice. What are you going to go for? Because there's two looks you can go for with basically the same car. You can go for the American racing style Craigar type chrome alloys and some sort of smooth tyres for the road, which look absolutely brilliant. Or you can go full on chunky tyre and dog dish, which also looks brilliant and gives it a totally different look. But both brilliant. Right, Split Screen Club. And you'll never guess what they're into. Split screens, it turns out. Here we go. These things are so fun. They're great looking vans. They're not too big. There's a ton of room inside. The only problem I'm going to say is a problem with these things is they're kind of so valuable now. You almost don't dare use them for what they're intended for, which is just plugging into a field and going camping for a weekend. But check out all these detailing. Again, everyone is different because people customise them and make them their own. Almost kind of Edwardian style. You can imagine this kind of interior deco being on the Titanic. Then you come to this one, and it's all wood panelled, almost Art Deco, so it's like a 1930s style. With the nice wood, the varnish, and the white leather. Just totally different, but everyone's individual, everyone's beautiful. This one though, completely different, bang up to date, because a real 2000 noughties, teens kind of vibe with the smooth finish, the matte finish paints, screen in the roof, screen on the dash, and the kind of neutral colours. It really does give a very contemporary vibe. I love the roof racks as well. Different takes on that too. More Quattros. Get the Quattro. It's interesting when you look at the back of one, or under the bonnet of one of these things. There is a lot going on under there, isn't there? It's a busy old bonnet. And check out this, the extension around the front for all the kind of coolers and radiators and things. And these light pods. That is just big. There's no other word for it. It is big, with a capital big. So it's such a massive juxtaposition from that rally monster to this cute little Austin van. The sliding doors. Oh, check that out. This is so cool. This is also an Austin, obviously. Said Morris on the club, but they're Austin vans. Parcel delivery service. So all accessorised inside. Period, lovely. Parcels and things. Oh, it's so good. Commercial register. So the Morris pickups and vans. A bit wide wheel action going on in a side pipe. Love the colour on this one. That is awesome. I'm really hoping you can't hear the music from the stage because that would definitely get us copyright struck if we can. So what year is this one? 1930s. These take a lot of driving because This was, well, a men were real men kind of deal. You might have seen the 1930s Ford AA truck I drove on a video a while ago. It was huge fun, but it was hard work. I mean, you had to wrestle the steering wheel, double D clutch. Yeah, it was everything was effort on it, honestly. This one's under restoration. You can see the construction of it. It's this wooden framed cab on a big solid ladder frame chassis. 100 years of Morris commercial vehicles. So that's a late one, 1939, a smaller one here, and this one's 1923 apparently. And all in this size order. Right, Wolseley's, Wolseley's. I'm going to get told off if I ever pronounce it. Love the two-tones on this. This is the posh version of the ADO. Completely triple X laminated windscreen. Okay, this is top dead centre. This is the Auto Alex gang. So we've got the Ferrari, which you might have seen reversing into a toolbox recently. A couple of the MX-5s. This is Phil, which is, I believe, the V6, isn't it?
Please, would Romeo ride? Please
Love.
contact the organiser office. Thank you.
Now, got the Riley RMs. These are a great looking car. Now, you often see the four doors like this. This is, I'm not going to say common, but you know, the regular expected sight. Great looking car. Basically an MG Magnet, isn't it, underneath? They're really good to drive as well. A lot of 50s cars aren't that great to drive. These things are so sleek, beautiful styling, and really, really good to drive. This convertible, really different. Those full smooth wheel covers on there look great. The two-door style really does work well on it. That looks so good. That's a 1948. Wow. It's interesting how the same sort of separate fender styling and sideboard styling on some cars just makes them look archaic. This looks kind of current all the way through the 1950s in a way, just because it is so sleek. That's a 54. It doesn't really look a great deal different. And this one, what year is this one? 49. Okay, yeah. That is beautiful. Absolutely. This Roadster is lovely. And quickly nipping over here, we've got ourselves, oh, be quiet! Austin Champs. And apparently, Robert Plant had one. Really cool rival to the Land Rover, which didn't take off, which is a shame because, well, it'd be nice to have a rival, wouldn't it? And this is so we've got the four-cylinder engine up front, double drive band, so if anything fails in the field, you're okay. Is that gear-driven timing? I think it might be. I don't know what this engine particularly is. It's an RME instructional vehicle, so the Army took this one apart to explain to their guys how it worked. You've got the gear shift for 4x4 selection, I assume, regular gear shift, handbrake, the gearbox itself, you can see all the different gear ratios through there. Prop shaft running to the back. What's the other stuff in there? I can't see what that's doing. Back to this rear. This I assume is high and low ratio reduction drive onto the differential and the four-wheel drive itself with drum brakes out on the end. So this is like 1950s. Yeah, Austin wanted a slice of the Land Rover pie. They wanted to put these things out to the Army, but Land Rover ultimately just kind of won that game. But you can see how it is just purely a military vehicle. No concession towards comfort or anything like that. What have we got here? This is the Austin 10 Drivers Club. These are big cars. 1934 Austin 18 York. I'm reading the front of that over there. Yeah, that's a really big car. Look at the legroom in that. It's actually got dicky seats, so you could have rear-facing seats. There's like a 6 or 7 seater. Very comfortable, very luxurious. This is another one. This is a 36 Austin 20 Mayfair limousine. Got the shampoo in there. Got the winder, which I presume is for the a divider somewhere. You have got an actual divider. The leather, that's amazing. The woodwork, that divider for the driver, so you can cut him out of your conversation. You do have the dicky seats there as well. Beautiful, beautiful car. And this, a little bit smaller. Is this a basic 10? I think it might be. a 10.4 open road from 1933, which is basically the big brother to the 7. Oh look, there's a 7. I say this every year, I'm going to buy one soon. I keep saying they're out of my price range at the moment until I sell some stuff. This is a 7 Sports, which I think has got the was that fire extinguisher or the manually pumped petrol? One sold at auction for 1,800 quid the other day. I thought, well, why was I not at that auction? I need to have been there. This is a 7 AC Tourer Chummy from 1926. A lovely little thing. So much fun. Morning.
Good morning.
You all right?
Yes.
A quick run around video before the show starts.
Why not? Last time.
Exactly. Yeah. Before I get back
Before
on.
it starts.
Yeah. Well, it's quiet. So this one is a 7 RN Saloon from 1932. All just ever so subtly different. And of course, as they progress through the years, you get better and better different, like the gearboxes progress, so you've got gear changes with synchro mesh on them, that kind of stuff. They're tiny but brilliant. And finally, well not finally, there's several more over here. This one has got a hand crank on it, obviously. You don't have to use a hand crank on them because some of them got starters later on. They all got starters later on. This is a commercial. I love that little curvy cutout. It's like a toy. It's like someone's designed it for a kids' TV show. Here's the baker's van. Nicely accessorised. So there's not a huge amount of space in there, but then if you bought a mini clubman van in the noughties, you wouldn't have got more room than that. It's just the other way up. Now this is very pretty. 1931 7 Swallow Coupe, which was basically built by what became Jaguar cars later on. You see how flat the floor is now, little space you can get in there, but what a beautiful car. See, it's not even got a flat place for the number plate, so it's just painted on the back of that curving rear bodywork. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it just the best? And it's called Wapiti, and I don't blame them at all. That's a perfect name for it. And this is interesting, a 1936 Pearl Cabrio. So, we've got a fold-back roof but on a metal frame, so it's a bit like that C3 Plurial we saw earlier. Austin stealing Citroen's ideas. Lovely cars, and finally we've got one more. Oh, it's rotating. It's rotating. Let's go around the front and see what model this one is. It's very square-backed. This is a Dixie. Okay, so BMW, don't know if you know this or not, BMW started life building Austin 7s, basically, under license. It was also sold as the Bantam in America. I think it's sold in India or something else as well. Basically, it's sold all around the world. And so they set the pattern for, well, modern motoring. It's got the standard H-pattern gearbox, it's got the standard clutch brake accelerator pedal pattern. This is where modern motoring started. Motoring for the masses in a lot of the world wasn't the Model T, it was the Austin 7. It's such a significant car, and this one, you see, has got the roundel on the front. Oh, a little bit more modern, the Austin Land Crabs. These are very, very good cars indeed. Overlooked for a long time in terms of value, but they really are great cars to drive. Got the transverse 4 or 6 cylinder engine, huge interior, great suspension, really nice ride. And you know, they're actually not built badly at all. They're good cars, really good cars. Running back over here quickly, because we're running very much out of time. I've got 20 minutes left before I've got to get back on the stand. Pat Moss. Wow, Pat Moss's rally car. I'm glad I took a moment to see that. That's quite important. Austin 1100. And we drove one of those that have been quite heavily modified up at the place in the north. I've forgotten the name of. Okay, quickly running on Tango. This is the unusual 1100 Club. Jensen converted convertible. That's an unusual thing, isn't it? So we've lopped the roof off, given us a rag top, kind of a square back end on it. That's quite interesting. Alternate way to do it is to go bright orange estate with the wood trim. Wood trim makes everything better. Oh wow, we've got a morph. Morph's put on a bit of weight recently. I don't know what you call that colour, that kind of salmony, pinky beige colour. That's quite cool as well. Oh, here we go. This is a nice little cutaway. There's a front wheel drive. Now this is a very interesting Austin County. Open the door. On the glove box, we've got a perfectly homemade tea shelf. Got the chain on there, keeping it flat and level. And yeah, place for your cup of tea, for you and your other half to have a nice brew on the road. That's the sunglasses in there as well. This is a 53 Somerset, which is fully set up for, well, rallying basically. A recreation of the round the world adventure car. So yeah, not been quite as far as that, but has had a cup of tea in a few nice places though. So yeah, more very nice people over on this stand. Let's think about classic cars, such nice people everywhere. This one, Hall of Fame, Alan Hess around the world in 21 days, 1951. That's a pretty car, lovely colour combo. And we've got this other Austin. I don't know the model on this one, I'm sorry guys, but looks like it's been somewhere exciting. These are all cars that have travelled the world. The Allegros, the Vanden Pla. This is the posh version of all the Austins and latterly Rovers. This is, look at the leather in that car, that is sumptuous. No, oh, there's a tiny bit of wood on the doors. And then we've got the Princess R, Princess 4 Litre R. This was, you know, extreme luxury back in the day. Putting it a bit flickering off these lights. That was, check out the timber, there is half a rainforest in there. Basically a Rolls Royce by any other name, possibly better than a Rolls Royce. Who am I to say? Midlands Austin 7 Club. Jumping from Austin 7 to something totally different, this is a Monaco. Is this a 74?
That was for the latest cinema.
Can I get in there?
BDR 529, that's obviously not its real number plate, but this is a recreation bluesmobile. Is this the recreation bluesmobile that I drove in a video? It might be. There aren't many Monacos in the UK. It's very accurate. We've got the faded writing, we've got the missing D, got the number plate. Serve and protect. Got the Appleton on the post. Yeah, I wonder if it's the same car I drove. That was a cool car, I really enjoyed that day. And we've got a Bel Air, this is the Swansea American Autos. Also American Auto, we've got ourselves the General Lee, all that malarkey. Nice Charger. So many of those cars were destroyed in the filming of that show. Great car though, put the values up immensely. Lovely Bel Air. Got ourselves a Camaro SS. That is like the epitome of muscle car era stuff, isn't it? That kind of mad front end is just so brutal, it's brilliant. Okay, classic American stand. I'm going to probably do this stand and run away because I need to get back onto my stand. These are the cars of the year. Got the Corvette. What's this? V8 Royal Lancer. This is a Dodge Royal Lancer. What year is it? 55. The colour scheme and design is just wild at this point. Going across streams here. Oh, check out the little buggy thing there. That's a moto buggy on a fender. So we've got ourselves a 61 Chevy Apache. I saw one of these a while ago which had a camper on the back of it, like a jack-up camper, literally wound up the roof of the camper. It was amazing. This is an Invicta, Buick Invicta. I actually shot this car for the magazine not long ago, and the same owner owns a couple of the cars that have been on the channel since, including that taxi you might have seen. It's going to jump over the wire. Don't worry, I'm allowed. Old 442. That's very lovely. A lot of last-minute extreme detailing going on. Oh wow, corduroy seats. My goodness. And so they colour-coded everything at this point. It's wild. This is a 49 Caddy, a Coupe de Ville. Wow, this is epitome of luxury in 1949. As good as it gets. Lovely. And got a Mustang. What year is this one? A 66 Mustang. Interesting colour, like a very pale metallic blue. That's really interesting. And finally, get away from the copyright music, we've got ourselves a 66 Dodge Coronet, which is again one of the early muscle cars. Amazingly simple, doesn't it, in a way? Very cool. Okay, we always say hello to the Crown Victoria guys. We've seen a few of these cars on the channel recently, and well, other videos and walkarounds. What do you think? You all right? Do like these cars. They're incredible feats of engineering. As I always say, you can build a supercar that'll do 200 miles an hour for 3 minutes if you've got all the money in the world. But this thing will do 500,000 miles and keep on working every day for decades. It's just a massive feat of clever engineering, purpose-built for a job, and I love them for it. DeLoreans. God, you try and leave and then someone throws a DeLorean in your face. The gull-wing doors, nice leather on this one, kind of semi-ruched. What's a manual? I'm always excited when I see a DeLorean manual because so many are automatic. Got the PRV V6 in the back. This is, again, on my mad bucket list of cars I really need a big barn to fill with. The DeLorean is up there. And of course, it would not be complete without the time machine recreation. This is a really good recreation as it goes. We've got the neon around the front, the cabling underneath it, all the cabling through the cabin of the car, flux converter, fluxing. Oh, we've even got the correct model of JVC camcorder. That's the kind of attention to detail I like. I'm going to have to come back for these in a moment because I'm nicked to be on stand in the next 4 minutes. But Hillman stand and Singers, Roots Archive basically. Really, really nice cars. I absolutely love these things, the Minx, the Imp, all these things. I've got some cool stuff for sale as well, sorry. Oh, TV detector van, that's really interesting. Come back and have a proper look at that in a little while. That's so cool. But yes, and also there's a Lancia Delta Integrale over there. Gosh, Great British Car Journey, that's the name of the company I was trying to think of a minute ago. Here come the hordes. Oh my word, they're literally pouring in the door. It doesn't look that big through this wide angle lens, but it's actually just a mass of people. Right, and now it begins. This is basically it for the next 3 days. I'm standing here saying hello to you guys, so do come and say hello. If you do come and see us, Hall 4, right by the door, stand 410. You can't miss us. All between the Magnum car panels and Sealy tools and the rally design thing. We're at the top of the stairs by the big Lancaster Insurance flag. I just want to say a quick shout out to these guys, Scholar Engines. They do like really high performance engine rebuilding and tuning. Last show, the restoration show, the 200 VI let itself down badly when the thermostat housing cracked, died, or the rubber ring thingy failed on it. And so I was stranded here. And we've got one thermostat replacement, but that was also tired and that didn't work. And those guys had a K-series on a stand with a brand new thermostat housing, basically new old stock effectively, and didn't know they were there because they'd not been around the back of our stand all weekend. And they let me have that thermostat housing, and it was fitted by Mark Gray, lovely guy, does Rover P6s. He's nearby in Birmingham, and it's still on there to this day. So thank you to Scholar Engineering. Anyway, right, we are back looking around stuff. This is the Bond Owners Club. This is the weird and wacky world of Bond. The name is Bond, three-wheel Bond. 75 years of Bond minicars. This is a Daily Express from can't see a year, 49. So these are back in the days before the Mini, when people had sort of motorbikes and sidecars, and this is basically a step up from a sidecar. What cool little things, a 59 Bond Mark F Tower. A column shift. I suppose it makes sense in a small compartment like that. Fun, but possibly terrifying. And then straight from the classic Bonds into the, well, I say modern Bonds, not really modern, are they? But you know, they are newer and more exciting. The Bond Bug, which everyone remembers. They are interesting, fun, mad things. So I'm in Hall 3 now. Northants tyres, lots of interesting stuff here. Love these wheels. I'm quickly ducking here. We do like a bit of car art. Hello. This is Paul Hauser art. Lovely bit of work going on. So slow down from their melee of the thing. See some very nice work going on. Really nice pictures here. Find him in Hall 3. Oh, these are more of his work. 20 quid each. I think that's an absolute bargain. The small cars are here. These are the Trojans. Look at this mad little bubble of joy. Isn't it cool? Plumbing through the front. Steering wheel is kind of hinged around on that front axis. Isn't it great? Aren't they fun? Right, running on. Trader Village is over there. More art. Okay, there's lots. This is kind of cool. I do like a bit of car art. This is very nice. What have we got? We've got Land Rovers here, Series 2 Club. Now this is a better way of doing it. Make it look like it's actually on a hill. These are such cool vehicles, so cute and so perfect. Oh, it's got racing seats in it. As you kind of expect with a Land Rover, if it's completely standard, the owner hasn't tried. And look at the restoration on this one. That is a 61 Series 2, 109 inch, and it's got a tipper body on it, because these are, don't forget, commercial vehicles after all, so they're available as all these kind of things that farms and companies and builders and you name it, they use it. Okay. Windscreen washer's been added to it, that's clever. Oh, this is a Series 2A fire truck, apparently called Watson. Now, is this a pump engine or is it just a tank engine? Oh, the fire gear in there. That's a cool thing to own. That'd be so much fun to own, but what would you do with it? I mean, another 66 2A. Another really impressive, look at the shininess of it. Really impressive restoration. I guess these are worth quite a lot of money now, so kind of is worth doing a proper job on. World Tour 67, 69, all the places I assume this actual car drove to. That's, oh yeah, this has been featured in Classic Land Rover magazine, no less. And that's more how you imagine a series Land Rover. The brush strokes, battered, 1960. Yeah, just perfectly usable. Look at the articulation on that. Brilliant. Let's wander through here. I've got a chassis, see how tough these things are built. The gearbox and everything there. It's front wheel drive, that one. Thank you. Right, we're exploding into the world of Montegos, from Land Rovers to Montegos. MG Turbo, sorry, I'm running out of things to say at this point because there's just so much going on. Oh, and quickly check, oh, the Gay Classic Car Group, the GGCVCGG. Very nice people, very nice cars. Always put on a great display. So this is a really, really nice Volvo. That colour is superb. Check the interior on this thing as well. There's a 144. Oh, look at the clock in it. Massive on the floor clock. How cool. And those kind of ribbed seats, really nice. And those wing mirrors, wow. Volvo 144, beautiful. Now this is cool. A Lancia, I'm going to be saying it's a Beta Berliner 2000. And I said, oh, I'm reading the screen now, it's an Automatica. That's how you talk Italian, just say a word and put an A on the end. What a cool car. Very, very rare in this country. Oh my goodness, it's not a hatchback. It's one of those trick ones that you think is going to be a hatchback and then you see it's really not. You have to wonder why they decided to do that. Now this was one of the most popular cars up at Rustable over the summertime. The Twingos really are coming into their own. They're surprisingly quite old now, believe it or not. That was about 1993, I think we were told earlier on, 94. And amazing how it's barely any bigger than an Austin A30 from 54. So you think modern cars have grown? Well, some have, some haven't. Okay, now they've got a very nice Vogue SE here. That is an astonishing colour. That's like deep duck green, mallard green or something. Wow, lovely interior as well, that leather. It's a classic Vogue SE from 94. I'm guessing it's some kind of special edition to be kitted out like that. It's such an elegant car, purposeful, and I always thought they were big cars, because they are big cars, but today they just don't feel big anymore. Next to another Land Rover, another Series 2 in fact. That's very nice, 65. Oh, and an Elise. They've got a great stand here, really cool cars. And a Porsche, 911, what year is it? 93, 911. These air-cooled ones, the last of the air-cooled, are worth an absolute fortune. Great cars. And let's quickly nip across to the Metros. Now that is a striking colour. Love it. We need more striking colours. It matches my shoes, I need it. Mind you, this matches my shoes as well, so I need both of them. They're great fun cars. Metros were kind of ignored for a long time. Now they really are coming into their own as classics. And more accessorisation, which I adore. So we've gone full 80s with this one. Rubik's Cube, now 10, and the Pointer Sisters. Lovely little boom box. Was that a Panasonic? Of course it is. And a rack of cassettes. Excellent. Metroing around here to some more Montegos, more Metros. Oh, there's so much here. Honestly, you can be lost here for a week if you wanted to. It's a shame I've got to go back to the stand. This is the Rover 800 Club with a bit of a 600 on the stand though. 99 820 Vitesse. That is very lovely. We've got some more Rovers down here. Oh, look at that one. That's so nice, aren't they, these cars? That's the coupe. Very, very expensive car in its day. It really did feel special. The BRM Club. I'd love to get an interior for one of these and stick it in something else, just because it's so nice. MG, the TD Club. I did drive a TD on a video recently. Really enjoyed that as well. Very, very old school experience, but like a Morgan really. So what are we into here? Pride of ownership. So a real mixture of cars over here. Starting with, well, Austin 6, next to an MG Midget, next to a Boxster. That's an incredible colour on a Boxster. Another Mustang. Anglia is something a bit different, isn't it? And the Lotus Esprit. James Bond spec. And what the heck is this? Oh my goodness, it's an Auto Bianchi. Now, do you remember I did the Auto Bianchi estate video a couple of weeks ago, and I actually said in that video there was a van version which is basically the same car as the estate but panelled in. This is literally that car. So we've got the air vents that, I don't know if they do anything or not. The engine is under the floor in here. This is a right-hand drive car. I didn't think they built right-hand drive. I said incorrectly when I did the video, they didn't make them right-hand drive. Stand corrected. This one is standing there correcting me. Lovely little details on it. That is cracking. Auto Bianchi van. Fantastic. The Bianchi Franconcino. And that could not be more different to this if it tried, or that if it tried. E39 is one of my favourite cars, I have to say. This, I'm going to have to go read the front because I've no idea what the hell it is. Ed Straw's 1972 ADD Nova. Still none the wiser, but it's wild and very interesting. Rear-engined. So the Anglia, very interesting. Wide-body Clio, incredible. Ah, this Koenig wide-body, this was at Radwood down in Chatham a few weeks ago. That was drawing a big crowd. This is very much up my street. 69 Giulia 1600S. That is up there as amongst the prettiest cars in the show, I'll be honest. Absolutely adore that. And those wheels, obviously there's the aftermarket larger wheels. A lot of Alfas do get fitted, they really look good. But this is so cool. 1984 Orion gear in gold, but with wheel trims on a gear. Now check out the velour, the tweedy velour. The smell, it's been very heavily polished, but through the polish I can smell the smell. And the position of the window switches is fascinating. It does have a sunroof, obviously. This brings back so many memories. So my dad had one of these on a D plate. I'll whisper it because the owner's nearby, he hated it. This is, wow, it is a Camargue. I was going to say it looks like a Camargue. And the sign says it is, so it agrees with me. Enormous. It makes the Orion look tiny. And it's only a two-door. It's a quirky looking car, isn't it? Quirky. If you've seen the Rolls-Royce Cullinan SUV, which is an unfortunate looking vehicle, you can kind of see where the inspiration came from. Wow, 88 mini jetpack, that's nice. Or jet black, sorry, not jetpack. That's immaculate, absolutely minty. You can see the restoration photos down there. Now that's cool. That's a bit of a showstopper right there. I'm guessing that's on air, judging by the fact it's got a massive air tank in the rear parcel shelf. Oh, so good. I love it when someone takes a car as beige as that and does a whole project on it. Got Capri, got the Morgan. Ah, is this the same Vauxhall that Steph awarded her car of the show to at Rustival? Do you know, I think it might be. It's the pink Cresta. Can't be many pink Crestas knocking around. Oh, 106 Rally as well. There is so much to see here, honestly. I'm going to run this way, then run back again. I've got someone else minding the stand, so I haven't really got too long to run around. My plan for getting this all filmed in one day is falling apart rapidly. 1950 Cyclops P4. This is the driving light in the centre. And look at this artwork, this kind of cast aluminium pipework. Just the air pipes, but it's just artwork in itself. And you've got the clap hand suicide doors and trafficators on this thing. These are very nice, very smooth, comfortable cars to drive. Look very elegant in black. That 90 looks lovely. So this is very interesting. This is a Mulliner-built drop-head coupe based on the 90. It's painted in the same colours as a Pininfarina build because the previous owner thought he'd bought the Pininfarina one, but it's actually a Mulliner one, which is not. But that is absolutely stunning, isn't it? What an incredible car. Right, running on quickly. Someone else is very interested in a Volvo because it is so cool. Now, quickly nipping across here, we are at the Rover 75 in the ZT Club. I'm in this Facebook group. This car, I was looking at on the owners group the other day. This has had a life and a half. It's been on TV as a demo car. It's used as a factory work hacked of the fire brigade and the factory used it, all sorts. And then it was left for abandoned. I think it was then rescued at the factory after the collapse of Rover. Really interesting history on this thing. Been everywhere. Lovely, lovely looking car. This one, love that metallic green. This one I saw on Facebook a couple of days ago, trailered home as a wreck, like grass growing on it pretty much, and then trailered here because it looks immaculate. Look at this aubergine interior. That's just amazing. Oh God, look at the leather on the steering wheel, matches. And the dashboard is completely colour coordinated. That's a very special car, with that green as well. Now I don't know if that is a genuine Rover boot rack, sorry. I've never seen one before, but the shape of it looks very Rover, so maybe it is a genuine Rover thing, because the oval thing is the Rover 75 theme. Oh, there you go. Turns out it actually is a genuine Rover accessory and was also used on the MGTF and the BMW Z4, but there you go. Isn't that cool? And following on from that, genuine though it may be, you have still got to drill holes through your metal boot lid. That is possibly the most heart-stopping thing. Look, there's the drill, or the screw going through all the layers of your boot. Your nice shiny paint, your genuine steel. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to do that. Now we're leaving the 75 because that is a fascinating thing. Back into the older, more classic P6 Rovers. The P6 is the Davos White 3.5, same as my 2 litre. The P6 Owners Club, they've got a lovely selection of cars over here. Avocado, white, a Meccano engine. Do absolutely adore these. And the V8, it's amazing how a V8 will always draw a crowd. I'm going to run on because I'm literally very short for time, as per. It's a Rover Sports Register. It's a very good club to be in. They do a lot of good work keeping these cars going and keeping entertainment. P5, oh, the full Webasto. Those are so comfortable, those cars. Another 75. These 75s are sort of coming up as a definite future classic at the moment. People are really starting to appreciate them for what they are, and what they are is great cars. An 800, which is nice, another P6, an early 2000, or Series 1 2000 at least. And over here we've got the Fairthorpe Club. Here's another curious sort of lower volume sports car. They've got a nice little display here, some very interesting cars. A couple of coupes, a couple of convertibles. And we've got the SD1s over there. Let's quickly nip past the SD1s. There's a lot of vans for some reason. SD1s. It's one of those cars that I'm absolutely 100% going to buy at some point. It's a matter of when, not if. Because they're just astonishingly good. They were badly built when they were new, but if you get one that's still around now, it means it's been restored or it was a good one. And of course you get that wonderful V8 again, which is never a bad thing. Yeah, that's the green saved 75, I thought the other one was. This is a lovely Vitesse 820 Sport Turbo. So it's the same engine as the Tomcat. Speaking of Tomcats, hello. Ooh, bits of Tomcats. Ooh, these are some very nice cars. And you know I love mine. And mine, I'll get mine MIT'd at some point very soon. This is one that's excessively modified. And this is how my blue one should look because it's super duper shiny. That doesn't look great in Tahiti. It's so good. Now here we have the Rover 200 400 Club, the R8 collection of really, really nice cars. 200s, 400s, and they've tried to get one of everything on the stand because it is 40 years of the R8. Now, this could have been my red 420 GSI Tourer. Unfortunately, the paint shop haven't finished it yet, so they've got this 420 GSI instead, but mine looks better in red. They've got a lot of red cars, so maybe grey is better. So this is actually quite an impressive display. This is one of every body style of Rover R8, so cabrio, 3-door, 5-door, 4-door, estate, and connected next door the coupe. So all of the 6 styles of Rover R8, which is an amazing bit of engineering to get that many cars out of one platform. Really clever work. So yeah, very clever, very good. Another MG Rover Club. There's so much to see here, my goodness. I've been abandoning my friend on my stand for too long now. I'll quickly glance over the All Agros. A rally All Agro with big old CBs, I like that very much. And we featured one of these in the photo. We've actually got commented on, reacted to video by iRock, sorry, American channel a few days ago, which is really cool to see. And as an American, he'd never seen one of these before. And he was blown away with its just weirdness. And he had exactly the right reaction to it. I love it, but it's so strange. Range Rovers again. I might have to come back to this. There's a lot to talk about here. They've got some pre-production and some very early cars, but I need to come and chat with them some more in a minute. I just wanted to show you this P38. 30 years of the P38, can you believe that? So many cars are 30 at the moment. The stuff on the back of it. I believe this is the one that was in Princess Diana's funeral procession. I wanted to show you this one, so a bit of a historic vehicle. There we go, photos of it in the thing. Now there's lots of auto jumble here and brochures, and I'm going to try very hard not to bankrupt myself because honestly I could walk away broke from this place. Yeah, I might head back to the stand now and give my friend a bit of a break. This is epically scruffy in a most wonderful way. 2-litre DLX on MG lattice wheels, the brown velour interior. This is part of the Montego at 40 display. 40 years of the Maestro, and they've got basically one of pretty much everything. The 2-litre MG Montego Turbo MG. Basically, you name it, 1.6 SL, 2-litre HL. There's everything. In the VP is over in the other hall, so across the way they have got one of everything. Ah, there we go. Series 1 Land Rovers. I somehow managed to miss the Series 1s when I was blasting through before. These are just adorably brilliant cars. They're tiny and cute, but incredibly tough. It's just brilliant. It's a Tonka toy that can go anywhere and do anything. I've got military ones over there. Oh gosh, it's a Hearst one there. So I'll quickly divert to an RS200 because you always divert to an RS200 because these things are just incredible. Although, yeah, we're being diverted. Got some sausages around it that smell amazing. Monty 101 forward control Land Rover Hearst. So if you're a Land Rover guy and you want your final journey in something really different and cool, that's the thing to do it in. Look at that, glass roof. Right, as you might be able to tell by the fact it's completely silent now and I'm wearing a different hat and a coat, it's past kicking out time. So I'm going to try and quickly see a bit of Hall 4, which is the hall we're in. I didn't realise there were cars in this hall, I'll be honest. I've been here all day, I've seen Halls 5 and Hall 3, and there's a lot of good stuff. And this is interesting. This is, I don't know what stand this is. I'm just wandering aimlessly and already I'm seeing a Manta B, awesome, incredible banana yellow Y-plate MGF, love those, and I love the chin spoiler on that too, and a very nice Rover Mini. God, people are covering things. What do we think that is? Beetle convertible, I reckon. Metros, they're Norwich Classic Vehicle Club. Okay, they've got a good mix of cars in Norwich. Let's skim across here. This is the Vauxhall Victors Owners Club. So all the generations of Victor catered for here. So we've got the two-tone 50s car. I love the 60s Victors. That's such a nice shape. That kind of drooping tail with that lovely crisp swage line. And the estate ones just look so good. Nice cars. They drive pretty well as well. I love that vent as well. That's something I've not noticed on them before. And then we get to a later still one, which is actually an ambulance. Or an ambulance, possibly, if you want to call it that. Where's it from? Slough Industrial Health Service. No, I don't know either. But it's a 101 Deluxe. Cool car. Very interesting. It's got to be a fairly unique today ambulance sort of riser unit. It doesn't make any difference to the headlining of the car. It must just be storage or something. Medical equipment. So running around here, you've got the Viva Owners Club. Oh, hang on, got Droop Snoots. Transpeed Forenza, wow. Crikey, that's pretty thunderous, isn't it? 75 Forenza underneath there. Well, I'm going to assume there's a very big V8 or something underneath that. So I'll quickly run up over here past the Viva Owners Club. Again, we've got many generations and variations on the Viva theme with some sort of period style upgrades with the slot mags and the mini lights. Hey, and the slot mag and the mini lights. All very cool. And going across here, other Vauxhalls, VBOA, Vauxhall something. Another wild variety. This is very similar to Ian Cook of Pop Bang Colours car, which he's currently restoring. He's not at the show this year. We normally feature Ian and his artwork, but he's somewhere else this weekend, sadly, with that car. Another MGF, there's a TF. And check out the little van, the Renegade Race Team. They've got a self-preservation society going on there. That's pretty cool. Alf the Austin, I like that number plate on there, from the Home Guard. So literally blatting around. They've got very, very draconian about throwing people out at the end of the show these days. I used to be able to walk around for an hour after the show. The last year or two, they've been very, very strict about not letting them do that. So I'm beating the system and fighting the man by showing you these cars. Smile! TVR. I don't know, it's a Mazda. It's a Mazda Rotary, isn't it? Wow, that's cool. Oh, Mazda RX-3 Coupe. That is incredibly rare. Also, Mazda, it's an RE12. Whatever that might be, that's an RX-4. Crikey. That is the joy of this show. RX-7, of course. That's an FB style one. And this is an RX-7 FD. So, generation upon generation. Really, really cool car. And that's the RX-8, the latest, last iteration, if you like. And Mitsubishi in the Japanese area here. This is the FTOs. 94 to 20, yeah, 1984. Hard to believe that's old, but then they're in the original Fast and Furious movie, so it does kind of date it. A 98 Toyota Super RZS with a sequential gearbox and an 800 horsepower engine. It's a grey one, 900 horsepower Mark IV. That's incredible, 900 horsepower. That sounds rather nice. 95 T16 twin, that's basically how it looks like out of the box. That's your standard one, and then the other ones are very, very played around with. And that looks and sounds very, very nice. It's a 93 Mark IV, twin turbo.
100,000 subscribers, well done, Matt.
Thank you!
I'm one of them.
Stop unsubscribing!
Sorry.
Still in Japan land, we've got GTR Drivers Club, so what on earth is that? Skyline C110 2000 GTR racing concept car replica, I'm reading off a sign. In case you didn't realise, that is quite incredible. So this is a recreation of a concept car from the 70s. It looks like a mini Dodge Charger, love it. It's got the later models here, Godzillas, epically capable, very fast. Jumping a bit, Datsun, son of Dat. So yeah, these are Japanese answer to the Capri basically in the Mustang in the 70s. And they are just brilliant. Better arguably than either of the cars they're aping. Celica Club at Ireland, they always turn up with a good show. I do like this generation very much, the 72. So cool. Oh, hang on, what's that over there? More Triumphs. Whizzy Triumphs and Vauxhalls with funny exhausts. That's, I'm going to guess breathed on. It's a Victor with a V8, with a Rover V8 badge on the side, so probably has a Rover V8 in it. And it's called Bumblebeast. Oh, a 3.5 litre manual. Wow, 5-speed box. Very cool. Randall and Hobcock deceased featured car, or in the style of. Oh, very cool. So there's so much to see here. You basically need to come here and spend all day. I'm hoping to, oh, K11 Micra. And check out the rally style Dolomites. All the rally cars, in fact. Yeah, basically, there's too much to show in a video. You need to come and get down here if you can. It's so quiet now, I feel like I need to whisper. Is that Dotton? Oh, Quantum, sorry. Quantum of Solace. So we've got, oh, 6R4. Every day is better with a 6R4 in it. Absolutely mental. And we saw the RS200, and oh, I didn't show you that, I just walked past it. This is the same era of absolute insanity in the forests, because these things got so powerful and so fast. When they finally did crash, because they did crash quite a lot, the devastation was quite epic and had to ban them. But just look at this thing, fantastic. And they kind of moved into rallycross, like this one here, for example. It's just a blob of power and brilliance. A few more kit cars, Kit Fest, that's actually called over there. We're actually running out of hallway over here. Aha, MR2s. Oh, that's interesting, whatever the heck that is. No, still none the wiser. Mini kits, okay. This is basically kit cars built around stuff. That appears to have an articulating chassis. That's very clever with an A series in the back of it. Now, I know the guys from the Mini Kits Club are absolutely bonkers. There was a guy dressed as Timmy Mallet running around earlier. A lot of fun people. 80s stuff rules, of course. This is just bonkers. I'll try and get back here tomorrow and say hello and get hit with Mallet's hammer. The colours on this set are just awesome. Now behind us we've got Celicas, more Celicas, a lot of Celicas around. Oh, that square generation is cool. What is that? 1985 Corolla GT8082 sedan. If you tell me you've seen one of those before, I will probably not believe you unless you live in Japan. Twin cam 16 valve, wow. Oh, I have a new thing on my want list, and it's that. Celica of this generation I have actually driven previously on a video, loved it naturally. And MR2s. Mark III, Mark II, Mark I. And they've done it twice, what a great display. So 1990, 1985, so the two ends. Oh, so what they've done, they've taken the two ends of production, so the earliest 1985 down there, and the latest 1990 of the Mark I. Brilliant cars, non-T-top, T-top. Then we've got the Mark II, starting in 1990, taking over from the Mark I, totally different car, real evolution. Moving into the Mark II, sorry, ending in 2000. Again, bit of a change up on that. And finally, 99 for the Mark III to 2006. And you cannot believe how much difference there is between the styles of these cars. And of course, Mark I and II did get pop-up headlights, which are the greatest things ever fitted to a car. Spinning back over here, we're running out of cars, thank goodness, because it's late and they're going to throw me out. We've got the Datsun Nissan Classic Car Club, formerly the Nissan 300C Owners Club, just in case you didn't know. So that is a Laurel, and these are both 300Cs, but that is an Estate, and that is a sedan. And those are both V6s, which are, wow, just, you know, awesome. Everyone loves a V6, right? So Honda S800 Sports Car Club. Now, you may have seen the video, I drove an S800 convertible very recently. It actually belonged to Honda themselves, and I mentioned, but didn't drive obviously, the coupe version. And isn't it a pretty little thing? The convertible was adorable. I think that's what that is under there. But that is just so pretty. It's just a car I want to just get in and drive and own forever, right now. And of course, 300s is there as well. 300 ZXs, right. I'll just quickly show you last three cars in this room. Triumph, oh no, 4 cars. Moggy and the Lotus. Right, now I've got to leave because they're going to throw me out. Hello, welcome to Saturday. My plan for, well, basically editing the video in my room last night and uploading this morning for doing the entire show in one day firstly fell away. Then my second plan for coming back early this morning, which is now, it's 8 o'clock, and filming the last haul I could get around and then uploading this morning, having edited in the haul, has fallen by the wayside because last night at midnight I was an hour into the video I'd edited, only halfway through what I'd filmed yesterday, and I still haven't looked at haul 1, and I think there's another haul number 2 possibly as well with stuff in it. So frantically starting around to try and get a bit more shots. So as we're leaving haul 5, we've got this early Austin. Now, this is the Great British Car Club, a club for enthusiasts of all cars. And it really is all stuff here. Well, I say all stuff, it's mostly old stuff. Part of the Great British Car Journey. So here behind the bus, we've got a 1966 Toyota Corona, which is an astonishingly rare car, and the very, very first Toyota Carina E from 1992. Both absolute game changers, which should have worried Ford and Vauxhall and the other big players in Europe. Probably didn't until the market started buying them in big numbers. Now, I thought these cars both belonged to Toyota UK, but they badged up as Great British Car Journey, so maybe they've either bought them from Toyota or they are just kind of looking after them for them. I don't know. Well, apparently that one's been on the Perfect Peaks tour. It's good to see kind of classics like this actually getting used rather than just being gathering dust. Right, so here we go, belting into haul 1. There's an absolutely stunning Jag XK120 under that cover. This is the Lancaster Insurance stand. Now, Lancaster have brought together a really, really interesting selection of cars on a pretty big stand as well. I'll quickly run you through what they've got, because they've gone for the most diverse selection of odds and sods you ever did see. So starting off with a Reliant Scimitar SS1, a little tiny 2-seater fiberglass, basically plastic sports car, which kind of shimmers from white to silver under the light, a nice kind of iridescent paint. Not a well-remembered car. It's a popular car, a loved car, but when people think Reliant sports cars, I don't generally think of that one for some reason. Great little car. This one apparently has been getting all of the attention, is Bentley 8. It's a vast leviathan of a car, complete with a 6.75 litre L-Series V8. It's a 1987 in car. The colour, this kind of metallic olive grass green, just is perfect. And look at this interior. Soft leather, acres of wood, a ton of chrome. This is why people love it. I quite fancy one of these cars. They are really rather fun. Very different indeed to that is this RS 1700 to T Group B Evo Ford Escort. It's a 1982 prototype. And just check this thing out, 6 big old Lucas and CB spotlights on the front of it. I can't even talk, it's too early. Cracking rally spec alloys, the twin exhausts. It's a thing and a half. It really is awesome. And next to that, this is up there as one of my all-time favourite cars, the Ford RS 200. It's one of the greatest rally cars of all time. After they got ruled out of competitive rallying because they were just too fast and too dangerous, they made a big name for themselves in rally cross. Please do not sit in this car. That interior is priceless. Check out the fact though, it is a fully, thoroughbred race machine, and in the interior, it's got an Orion/Sierra gear knob in there, and a Ford radio that you'd find in pretty much any car of this. This is basically one of my dream cars. I've always loved the RS 200 because I saw them when I was growing up rallying through like Kielder Forest and all the rest of it. But very rarely do you get a kind of road legal one, and that one with its radio and its nice seats is a road legal RS 200. That is in my top 5 dream cars. The back of that one, still performancey but a bit more luxurious. Got this V6 turbo GTA V6 turbo Alpine. We saw them in the other room. This is a manual, which is even more brilliant than anything. Banana-y bucket seats, lattice wheels, very, very late 80s, early 90s style. And this has been getting a bit of attention over the weekend. There's Austin Montego Vanden Pla EFI. This was high luxury in 1987. Got the alloy wheels, very discreet, almost like the hubcaps. Got the fine leather interior, a little bit of wood in the dashboard. Nice car. It's even got the Austin Rover or BL mud flaps on there. Got the Mark II Golf. This is another race prepared car. Looking good. And we've got the Ferrari. I'm going to run on a bit quickly at this point. This is a Testarossa, and it's hard not to love a Testarossa because it's just an iconic slice of the 80s, but they've just turned on some music and I'm going to have to walk away because we'll get copyright struck and, you know, that's a bad thing. Now this is a stand belonging to a guy I only met yesterday. He's an Instagrammer and a TikToker with Supercars Europe, Tom. Very nice chap. Had a nice chat with him. He's doing very well on those platforms. And he, well, as the name suggests, plays a lot with supercars or focuses on supercars in and around Europe. So he's got these rather nice cars. He's got the Testarossa, black Testarossa, so 2 Testarossas in ridiculously close proximity. Got the gated manual, the buttery cream leather, nice steering wheel. It's just, it's Outrun. If you grew up growing or playing Outrun, then, you know, that's just the best. And this is apparently getting very little attention at all because it's so discreet. It's just basically a Lamborghini with a stripe. But no, it's far more than that. This is a Balboni, which is a performance-tuned manual with a 6-speed. And yeah, it's just a really, really exciting car. But because it's very discreet, people just don't really realise what it is. It's not badged as anything at all, really. Does it have a Balboni? No. LP 552. No, too discreet for its own good. Now this is a recreation Stratos, which apparently cost like 500,000 to build or something ridiculous. It's very far better than any real original Stratos. Built by Retro Power, the HF Volume X recreation. That interior is divine. It's just lovely. That is next to this. Oh, check out the wide arches and the haunches on this thing. The Vanquish S. Now I know there are better supercars than an Aston Martin, but you know, there is just something about them. I really would like one very much indeed. And those I think are mostly viewers and friends cars. This is our Bath, which I've got a lot of time for. Such a pretty little car, that little scorpion on the front just says it all. Huge, huge fun, tiny car. Big fun comes in small packages and all that. Luigi 500 La Bath, and this is apparently also his other car, which is this awesome Jag, which judging by the vents is the supercharged version. Oh, it is supercharged, says on the badge. That's a good little slice of fun there. Alan White Sports Car's got a dealer here. Right, where are we now? Elite. This is like recreations of 356s, I guess. Oh, we've got the MX-5 Owners Club. I'm going to have a quick look at them. These are very, very nice. These are like the Chesels of today, I suppose. Square wheels. Got themselves Facel Vega. Wow, that's quite cool. Last year there was a Facel Vega barn find. Amazing. They're kind of crude but brilliant at the same time. It's like a truck with a supercar engine. And this is unusual. It's a Rapide, but it's a Jet 2.2. It's like a sport wagon touring version of a Rapide. I don't know enough about this to say anything sensible. I suspect it's a one-off custom coach job thing. It looks quite good, a bit like a Porsche Panamera. Anyway, let's look at MX-5s because those are cool. So here we've got a Unos Roadster. It's my car with the correct wheels. I can see what my correct gear knob should look like as well. Oh no, oh yeah, I can, yeah. Nice little dark wood thing. I've got cup holders where I've got the phone holder. That's clever. They've got cup holders as well. That seems to be the thing to do. Morning. Oh yeah. Another nice, I love the colour on this one. Does it look cup holders as well? No, they've got the correct ashtray. What else have we got? Oh, lowered, looking good. Right, I'll try and pop back to the Marcoses in a second. That's like a slightly very similar take on the MX-5 to the Marcoses. GT40 Club, we chatted to the guys in the GT40 Club a year or so ago. They were so friendly. It's like a really exclusive group of people at the, the GT40 is such a rare, valuable thing. They were just so friendly and welcoming, which is lovely. Interestingly, I'm going to come to the Alfas in a second because that's lovely. And they're amazing cars, absolutely amazing, built out of spite, basically, because Ferrari wouldn't sell to Ford, so Ford decided to beat them, and ultimately did. I'm sure you've seen the film. Yeah, lovely people. Also, the Bugatti people, again, rare, valuable, priceless perhaps. I have no idea what these things are actually worth these days. I've not checked in a while, but a car like this is I would go on a limb and say it's worth more than your house and my house put together. But they use these cars all year round, all seasons, all kind of adventures, and they just drive them, and they are so welcoming to people to be involved and interested. And that's what you need. This is what this show is all about. Get people interested and excited about old cars and keep them wanting to drive them, wanting to own them and maintain them. Oh, this is just dreamy. This is my idea of a perfect car like this. Regardless of the condition, whether it's, you know, shiny and restored or original, that kind of, oh, it's just lovely. That gear shift, it's like that linkage going down all the way through the cabin. Amazing. Amazing things. Oh, there's the chassis of one. The engine, look at the milling of the machine work. It's beautiful. Oh, it's an 8-cylinder. I thought it was a 6. It is a work of art. Ettore Bugatti, Molsche Malsas. Little cavity for the instruments. You can see that. That's a handbrake linkage and a gear linkage. Wow. Incredible cars. Now, Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo, my probably all-time favourite brand. So we're going to have a quick wander around here. So we've got this rather lovely GT8 R. The Alfaholics have breathed their magic on this one, so it's lowered. It's got those aftermarket Alfa-style alloys we mentioned earlier. Check out this Superleggera grille. That's an interesting little thing. It is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Not a thing wrong with that car. Oh, we've got a Sud. Suds are rare. It's lovely to see them out and about. These are the greatest of the early hot hatches. I'd rather have this than a Golf GTI any day. A little bit more exclusive, a little bit more fun, a little bit more flaky, let's be honest, but more fun. I've got the GT V6, Clarkson's favourite car. Worth remembering that. The man has driven a lot of cars. He does have a seriously good opinion. And a great looking, great engine, not a lot to not like about that. And the later Spider, this is a 916 chassis, it's the same platform as my 145, which is over on our stand. Really pretty, that really sleek and clean design, and same kind of slash motif as the 145, just done a little bit differently. So we've got this entire kind of clamshell bonnet, and the headlights are actually just one large regular headlight underneath these cutouts in the grille. I've got virtually the same seats as the 145 as well. Very different dashboard though. And then we've got, this is the car, oh, so top 5 cars that I really want. It includes this on that list as well. This is the 156 GTA, which has got the 3.2 litre, oh be quiet woman, GTA 1, no, what am I saying, 3.2 litre V6, front wheel drive, unique alloys, unique body kit, special seats. It's brilliant. It's such an alive, overly powerful car. Now this is very, very special indeed. A Julius Sprint Speciale from 1964, and some photos in the back window. Look at the state of it when it was found. Look at that. Oh, I'm glad they had the rear window, because that would be impossible to replace. Oh gosh, and that's it.
That was his daughter, 10.
How long ago was that?
11 years ago. She's
Oh,
just
God.
turned 21.
Has she driven it now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, and it was home restored. Can you believe that? Incredible.
So that's it on a spit. You can see he's made the roof for it.
Oh my goodness. That
Quite
is
phenomenal.
So Dave had it on a spit in his garage, and he's done
Yep.
everything. That's just incredible metalwork.
Yeah.
Can you use a knuckle English wheeling stuff?
Yes, yeah, he's able to do that. Yeah, he's crazy. He's rebuilt a couple of cars, and this one is just an utter work of art.
It is. That's from those photos to
Yeah.
this. That's amazing. I'm just lucky he had the glass in it, because that would be
Yes,
impossible.
I think the glass was available, but
Oh, is
things
it?
like this screen
Yeah,
that's
that's-
actually there to the screen is made just to stop the windscreen wiper lifting. That's Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo engineering.
Yeah, and that one, look, is in the airflow.
Oh, yes.
But
of
yeah,
course,
things like that are actually being reproduced because
Really?
there's such value to these now. So
How many of these-
internationally,
yeah, but how many of these are around?
Probably in the UK a dozen or so,
Yeah.
if that.
Yeah.
So we occasionally see some at shows and the Alfa Club shows, but the internationally, of course, it's a big scene for any Giulietta or
Yeah,
early
yeah.
Giulia like this one. So this is the Giulia version
Yeah.
of the 1600 twin cam, but
But yeah, they can't have
but
built that many, surely.
No, they didn't. It's
No.
all Bertoni, and you can see
Yeah.
the aero styling, and it's reminiscent of their 1950s amazing show cars
Yeah.
known as the Bat cars.
Yes.
But all
yeah.
Bertoni, and
Yeah.
just phenomenal.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
But no, it's we had it at the Practical Classic show when it was in bits, and he's just had it finished today, and
Oh, wow, yeah.
and to be able to drive it here now for
That's
us
quite
is
special, isn't
amazing.
it? Yeah, it really
really
is
good.
cool.
And it's 1964, and the club was formed in 1964 as the
Oh,
Alfa
wow.
Romeo Owners Club, so it's the 60th birthday.
Oh, brilliant.
It's the show's 40th anniversary, so
Yes, it's all-
and we've been at every one,
Have
so
you?
it's great to
Oh,
get
wow.
a nice selection of Alphas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
Through
to,
the years.
to show it all
Yeah.
off. But yeah, this is a stunner.
It is amazing, isn't it? It's so eye-catching.
Yeah, absolutely. We've tried
Beautiful.
to go with cars all through the decades.
Yeah. So we've got the 8C over there, which is a really lovely supercar with some amazing details. They've taken a lot of the Alfa details, like the 3 headlights from the 159 and that kind of thing, and the Giulia tri-coat red paint, into Alfa's first full EV. This is the Junior, and this one's a Speciale. So we've got quite cool wheels. Nice interior. This has got a £2,000 interior pack with these amazing seats with the cutouts like on a BMW M3 and so forth. So first full EV. Basically, it's a Jeep underpinning from Stellantis, but it's got, 156 horsepower, 260 newton meters of torque, and there's going to be a faster one coming. People are not keen on this grille though. That's not gone down well. I think it needs a chrome grille on the front, but the detailing is actually quite nice. It looks better in person. I'm not an SUV crossover fan. If it was about that much lower, I would like it more. Okay, so Jags, quickly going to rock up 15 minutes to see the rest of this haul. Jaguars. XJ40, that's quite an old car now, isn't it? Amazingly. XK looking good. And we've got an XJR 15, a prototype, unregistered. That is really very, very special indeed. That is, wow, very XJ220-ish in its execution. Really rare, really, really rare. And this restoration on this XK is exquisite. Look at the underbody work, the paint on the chassis, the exhausts. I'm guessing this hasn't run yet because it's just too perfect. And another XK getting a bit of buffing. There's some Gordon Keebles. What's to say? 60 years of Gordon Keeble. 1964 to 92 to 2024. Not 19 anything. Lovely. So rushing site, Chelsea Walsh. Go and support Chelsea Walsh. I say this every year. A worthy cause of your time is to go to Chelsea Walsh, go to an event, take a car to an event, spectate an event. Check out it's Lancia Delta. Lots of rally cars. I love a rally car light pod. Back in sort of the 80s, even a bit in the 90s, you used to see sort of people putting spotlights on their cars all the time. It looks so good. I guess safety and stuff. Boo, safety. Right, TVRs. I'm running quite quickly now. Cigaris, TVR V8 Tuscan 2. Oh, the Griffith over there. Chimera. Oh, gosh, and a Tasman, sorry, not Tamsin. Tasman Archer. And a 350. See, that's a cute little car. Is that the one that was in Swordfish, the John Travolta movie? Or was that, no, that was the other one. Anyway, sorry, I'm literally running again. Railton. I think I've seen a Railton stand here for. Brush Superior brand. This is a Hudson, it's obviously an American car. Big American thing, but right-hand drive. And this is a Railton Light Sports Tourer. Okay, this is the Railton family of companies, basically. Railton, Brush Superior, Hudson, Essex, Terraplane Motor Vehicles, all under the same umbrella company. And that's the Napier Railton, it's down at Brooklands. I misunderstood what this club was. AC Owners Club, AC, interesting cars. That's the most 1970s sports car you're ever going to see. The 3000 ME, in case you're wondering. Opposite that, some extremely elegant cars. The Alvises. We've got a 1939 Alvis 4.3. The hood ornament, the bonnet mascot. A winged messenger of speed. And this one, a car's called an Alvis Crested Eagle Vanden Plas from 1933, and this one has got a Crested Eagle on the grille. Both extremely pretty cars. Open like a drop head open car, full convertible. Slightly more modern versions. Oh, well, that's what, 1950s, I guess? 1954. TC21 and a 37 Silver Crest. Expensive, beautifully engineered. Oh, check out the dicky seats in that. This is a Speed 20 SD12 Charlesworth. It's got a Spitfire on the front. Now that's a hood ornament I've not seen before. Absolutely adore it. I must get into collecting bonnet mascots, they're so cool. I didn't really show you this one properly. It's probably the most familiar one, the TG21 Series 1. What year is this? 1959. It does have that very kind of mid-century 50s Thunderbirdsy kind of style. Very kind of British, elegant, restrained, but slightly powerful at the same time. It's a gorgeous machine. We're doing that bit where I kind of sprint back to the stand and still keep trying to show you stuff and then get distracted all the time. Rolls-Royce and Bentley Enthusiasts Club. Got a nice, ooh, is that a, oh, I'm going to Shadow 2, isn't it? Sorry, I'm getting distracted, I've got to look on the boot. Doing this very badly. Wraith 2, sorry, Silver Wraith 2. Thing is, Rolls of this era do tend to look quite similar. That, I believe, is a Shadow 1. Big cars. It takes a long time to walk around a Rolls-Royce because they're not small. Unbadged, so I'm going to go with my commitment to being a Shadow 1. Amazing, rich gold colour. Very, very comfortable cars. Got the Allards. I've not seen an Allard with that little roofline on them. Looks good. S2000s, looking cool. And we've got Bristols. There are 4 of them. Gosh, so literally sprinting again. Man taking his milk for a walk. The Jensen Owners Club. 541. I reckon it's my favourite Jensen, actually. It's got that kind of slightly brutal, grunty face. Great sounding engine. Bit of a tractor, but I love it. And Aston Martin Owners Club. I nearly walked straight past. The DB5. That is like the epitome of Aston Martin. And this is a DB Mark III. And obviously an older one as well. Very, very nice. So I'm literally, as I say, running. I need to be back at the stand in 6 minutes, and it's a 12-minute walk from here. Quattroporte. Do you know what? I'm actually quite keen on the idea of moving my estate sensible Mercedes on and getting a Quattroporte. Probably this generation. Never seen a yellow one before. Looks amazing. Not because it's sensible, just because it's fun. Mini for sale, 34,995 quid for a 998. That does encourage me to get on and fix my little Mark II. Now this is interesting. Atwell Wilson Automotive Museum. I said last time I came here I wanted to go and visit this museum. I've got a British gas van. Oh my goodness. Astra-van. Mark III? Yeah, I think it's a Mark III, isn't it? Wow. Completely authentic tube. And the Mini to win for £1. I'll come back and do that later. That's 2 cars I've got to try and win, because obviously I need more cars. Right, I know I've missed a chunk of this corner, and also I've realised, as I was talking about the electric Alfa, when I did the Renault stand yesterday, I never finished the Renault stand in order to show you the car I was going to finish on, which is the electric Renault 5, which is a car I need to have a drive in. I'm one of the only motoring journalists around who hasn't driven a Renault 5 EV yet, and everyone says they're amazing. And a lot of you absolutely despise EVs. Admittedly, they're not like my favourite thing in the world, but I'm not anti them at all. And if it's an interesting car, I'm not worried what powers it. I'm more annoyed that it's got a manual gearbox, and that's where my beef lies. And if it's an interesting looking car that drives well, and it happens to be an EV, then yeah, I'd give it house room. I can sort of see a Renault 5 EV being like a handy runaround for local trips. So I want to have a look at one. Maybe I'll get around and find that one again later. Ooh, pinball machines. Well, that's fun. Radiator chairs. That's so cool. There's so much amazing stuff. You need to come here with a fat wallet that's prepared to be emptied and go on a crash diet while you're here. Long wheelbase Range Rover. Chevelle SS. Where the hell am I? I don't know what hall I'm in. I need to be back at my stand. This is where our stand was last year. It worked out really badly for us. Oh my goodness, what the heck is that? 1897 Daimler Grafton Phaeton. I'm glad I saw that. That's awesome. Along with a 54 Daimler Conquest Roadster. I'm assuming this is a Daimler Club. Daimler and Lancaster Owners Club. Oh, that's very nice. Oh, look at the mini screens for the rear passengers. Oh, that's amazing. It's a 38 Daimler Dolphin. What a beautiful machine. Oh, surprise bonus of Classics World stand, apart from saying hello to a couple of guys on there, very nice people. We have got the winning, complete with authentic German dirt, W124200E that took part in the Sophie's Legacy 24-hour challenge a couple of weeks ago. They won catastrophically well when they did over 1,200 miles in 24 hours by just jumping over to Germany, getting on the Autobahn and absolutely blatting it up and down for as long as they could, and then wound up at the Mercedes Museum in Stuttgart. Nice underside of a 205 and a very nice Safari 911. Oh wow, that's very, very nice. I love that. Hello, my friend. But yeah, we had the BYD, which performed fine, but UK speed limits, trying to hit some sort of targets that were within towns and slowed us down, and honestly struggling with the chargers. The chargers were our biggest problem. We only did about 850 miles, but you know, that was cool, pretty respectable in an EV. That Defender is cracking, and so is that Range Rover. I love another Range Rover Classic. I wish I hadn't sold the one I had a few years ago. MG Owners Club. I'll pop over and try and catch them later on. Our show is about to open, and I'm nowhere near my stand. Our show is open, and I'm nowhere near my stand. And as I say, as Land Rovers, if I had any sense of bearing as to where that was in relation to my stand, that would be useful information. That's Hall 3 we're in now, which means Hall 4 is probably over there. I hope you're appreciating my rising sense of panic. I do need to check out some tools. I need some US Pro do really good plastic rails for sockets. Oh look, Opel Coupe and the rare and never seen Cavalier convertible, which I keep on seeing everywhere. And Calibras. Calibras are such good looking cars. This isn't the way through. Subarus, is that an RB? No, it's not. Oh, it is an RB 360, named after Richard Burns. I'll tell my famous Richard Burns story again. I was on the Beaujolais run in France with the magazine down into sort of south of France and back over about 2 or 3 days, and our car blew its head gasket. I think it was a TR7, and we were stranded in France. And one of the other competitors was Richard Burns' dad driving one of those, and we had to dump our hire car near the the Channel Tunnel because we couldn't take it back into England. I'm completely lost now. And yeah, we basically hitchhiked off the side of the French motorway, and Richard Burns' dad picked us up and took us into England in his car, which is quite fun. Lovely guy, by the way. Hello again. No time has passed for you, but for me, it's about 8 hours later. The show has just closed again, so I'm getting a final chance to look around on Saturday evening, and this is probably the last segment I film before I edit this video. It's all going to go out the window again soon. Now we've been chucked out, and I'm running around again after hours, seeing the bits of the halls that I missed previously. So we've got L&J Vehicle Specialist, who seem to be a Ford specialist. So if you like your Fords, we've got a bit of good stuff for you. It's an RS Turbo, I'm going to assume. RS Focus Mark II, RS Focus Mark I. Really love the colour on these cars. Great looking cars. And nicely modified Mark II Fiesta as well. That does it. Oh, there's an Escort lurking down the back as well. They've got a good collection of cars there. Right, moving quickly on because we're running out of time. Now, this is Project J Preservation Group. We've featured them a couple of times on the shows before because they've got the early Land Rovers. Here we go again. Every time I film. Yes, I know it's closed. Yes, I'm going to the exit. Go away. Gosh, oh, so I've got not much time then. Okay, so Project J. This is the BAC and the early Freelanders. This is a G4 Challenge Freelander, which is an amazing adventure, a bit like the old Camel Trophy, but brought into, well, the later years. Now, the guys are normally around to tell me about all the cars, the press cars, production, early cars, prototypes, really cool things. But yeah, sadly not here to go and give me the rundown on them. But you know, I love a Freelander, I love a Discovery. It's really cool. This one came from the Dunsfold collection. Anyway, sadly not here to give me the rundown. But here we've got the Maxis, and my friend Martin is in this group. There's some nice cars in the ADO 16 Club, nice cars in the Max Club. This one drove up from Kent. He unfortunately had a bit of a mishap on a non-safe bit of motorway because he was going through the bit with no hard shoulder, and I think an electrical fault developed, a really stupid minor thing, just disabled the car. It died in a live lane, and he had to sit there and wait for the Highways Agency to come along because the Red X was of no use, as it never is, and trucks were just thundering towards him and nearly got wiped out several times while he was waiting for someone to come and protect him. So yeah, smart motorways, definitely not smart or safe. Anyway, around here we've also got the Marinas. I've not seen any Marinas this time yet. That's sand glow, that's nice. Oh, Coupe, Marina Coupe, that's quite cool. Morris, of course it is. And we've got the Princesses, the Wedge Club. Do you know, I think I've actually shot these two cars for a magazine a while ago. And of course the brown one that I did a while back, the Allegros we saw yesterday. See, I was running around with all the crowds, I managed to miss an awful lot of what was going on. More MGs. The Fs and TFs are really cool. And of course the Bs. Don't forget the Bs, because the Bs are brilliant. That's what MGB stands for. Now, MGCC, MG Car Club UK Z register. Got some interesting cool cars. This, you will recognise, I believe, is this the one I think it is? I was told earlier that the ZS Supercharged that I drove in a video about 2 weeks ago is here. So presumably that is this one, because there aren't that many in that colour. We spoke about it at length in the video, in fact. Now this next to it, I believe, is this MG ZT V8 Coupe, which is, wow. Well, it's a one-off, isn't it, basically? Inspired by the 75 Coupe, prototype / concept that's been doing the rounds, someone has done a V8 Coupe of a ZT. That is amazing. Built between 2014 and 2017, began with a £200 MG ZT, destined for the scrap heap, converted front-wheel drive V6 into a rear-wheel drive, 4.6 litre 32 valve Mustang engine from an SV. That is astonishing. And a nice two-door conversion as well. That's really cool. MG ZS, really cool. MGF, really nice. More MGs. Got MG Cybersters. It's interesting, a lot of these clubs have now got the EV versions. Oh, MG X-Power Club. So here we've got MG SVs. These are, they started as Mangustas, didn't they? This was the Halo project that MG Rover was throwing all the money at in the early noughties, but honestly they should have been developing a replacement for the 2545. So it's a last hurrah, but also the death knell I haven't even looked at the dealer hall this time. All the P6 clubs over there. I will take a quick glance at this lovely, oh, ULEZ exempt because it's too old, 24 grand for a W123 200. Perfect time operative, fair enough. This is what I was dreading last time, because last time we did the show, got to 6 o'clock, and as soon as it was over, everyone got hustled out in a hurry, which is really unuseful if you're on a stand. And they're doing it again this time. Yesterday they let us linger a little while, which was useful. Oh, Jowets, I'll try and grab some Jowets. Cool. Yorkshire's only car. Wow. Oh, Fiat, so Mr. Fiat Club, I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow morning. My plan had been to edit tonight, upload overnight from the hotel Wi-Fi and have a video out for you Sunday. Because I've just discovered there is so much more, an entire another hall, which I'm completely missing. Well, I can't do a video on this event and not show all of this. I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow and put this video out, I guess on Monday. This is hall 2. I'd kind of forgotten there even was a hall 2. And I've not even looked at any of the stuff for sale. Okay, admittedly, I did buy 2 brochures yesterday, but they were right by the toilet, so I wasn't really looking. I was just walking to the toilet and there was brochures. Got a Mark 1 MX-5 and 92, 93 Rover range brochure. But there you go. Anyway. Hello, welcome to Sunday. It's another day in the glory that is the NEC, the last day of the show. And finally, I'm getting to see Hall 2 for actually the first time, apart from when I ran through it last night when the stewards were shouting and saying, go away. So this will be a very, very fast walk around because the show has been, as always, really busy and I've not really got away from the stand. Yesterday, I didn't leave the table between 12 and 5, so I didn't really get to see very much of the show. So I don't know what stand this is, but I'm drawn to this 190 with the chromed BBSs, which look just amazing. I'm not adverse to that. Oh, I love the wood. That is the Zebranoest Zebrano wood I've ever seen. And a fantastic tiny little tape air freshener. Oh, you've got a vintage mobile phone as well. So, so cool. E36 and another 190. It is a 2.3, 1.6, but those wheels give it a real air of stanciness. Oh, twin engine Mini. Okay, this is fun. Also a twin engine Mini. Double the pleasure, quadruple the fun. So here in the boot, we've got a second A series. I can't see what's on twin carbs, I think. Yeah. This one has got quite a lot of exhaust in there, but he's also got a twin carb setup in there. And around the front, he's got another, it's a quad carb setup on a twin engine setup. So that must take an insane amount of mechanical regulation to make that all work properly and sort of keep it balanced. I do not envy trying to keep that in check. We've got a, what is this, a Montego Countryman? Oh, 1.6L. Frank the car. Look, it's got Boff on the number plate. Frank Boff. What a great name. Boff. Austin 7. Wonderful. I absolutely love these, and thank goodness we've seen another one. Very nice little Metro. Let's skim around some more and see what else we've got. Jaguar Breakfast Club, the world's largest regular Jaguar breakfast meet. I wonder if that's in the same place every month. That's very nice. So this, as I say, is the car out of the Jaguar Heritage Collection. Up at the British Motor Museum, they've got the Jaguar collection up there as well. So Jaguar were playing with the idea of actually doing a full-on estate, which was a shame they didn't. That would have really stolen a few sales off of BMW and Mercedes. And over here, this green one is one of 3 conversion cars by Chris Humberstone. 3 were built. I guess they'll probably survive. So we've got a whole bunch more Jaguars over here. XJs. I love an XJ. And talking about estate cars, here we go. XJ Lynx Eventer prototype. Ooh. So this is like a shooting brake, a bit like a scimitar kind of a style of thing. Just makes your XJ a bit more practical because you get 4 seats, a bit more headroom, more usable, bit of boot space. Your golfist can go and put his clubs in the back. We've got some Lotus Elites. Not a common car, but a great looking thing. Loving the pop-up headlights on these, as always. 50 years, 1974 they came out. Now we've got stuff for sale over here, and there have been some big money sales going on this weekend. I've just been told that a Ford Escort of some kind went for 200,000 yesterday. But I'm looking more closely at that BMW 2002 and that Dolomite as things I would love to take home, and the 944 Turbo and the 911. Oh, that Mercedes, yes please, I love that one. Yeah, there's not really much I wouldn't take. Oh, and the, yeah, just all of them, just all of them. Okay, so rally cars, rally Sunbeams, Talbots, big pods, lots of big pods this weekend. Awesome cars, wide arch. These things just are absolutely transformed by a wide arch kit, and it is so good. Running down here, Lancia. Oh, I've missed the Lancias. So yeah, going through the history of Lancia and some few highlights. Obviously, the Delta is always a good thing. This is an 8.32, which is the legend with the Ferrari engine. The bonnet's ajar, but I won't lift it because it's not my car. So this is the highlight, the bestest of the best. It's got this kind of leathery velour, that suede seating. Oh, it's got sunblinds and pop-up headrests, and a Ferrari engine, of course. Oh, Volumex, not a common car at all, and a 1600. The Devil's Own's SUV, which is very appropriate because SUVs are the work of the devil, so that's a great number plate. And yeah, so lots of fun things there. More Lotuses, Club Lotus, Loti, we call them that. Nice little selection. So it's still, it might look like no one's come to the show and I'm the only person who's bothered to turn up, but it's only 8:30, well, 8:15 in the morning, and well, basically no one else is here yet. So, oh, Elan Plus 2 looks amazing in that colour. Running through. Jowett, oh, racy Jowett, a spicy Jowett. Who would have thought a Jowett would look so purposeful and sort of sporty and fast and aggressive, lowered and whipped off bumpers? Looks great. Okay, Ginettas, little sporty sportsmans. That one looks like an SD1. Not throwing a lot of comments out because I'm in a hurry. As always, Stratos enthusiast clubs. Everyone should be an enthusiast of the Stratos. It's mad and wonderful and great. And this one's got a huge light put on it because rally car. As says this one. That's very much not a Lancia Stratos. That is in fact a Aprilia First Series Berliner, or Berliner, I think. Isn't that nice? The centre opening doors, which I don't believe have a centre post in there, they just fully open wide. That's how strong the monocoque shell is on it. And of course, the trafficators, gently and racily slanted here at the back. Looking cool. Carrozza Touring, Milano. Oh, this thing is just wonderful. Plum and beige leather. What a thing. Yeah, this is cool as well. Little Fulvia Sport, only a 1.3. It's surprising almost it's such a small engine, but it still wrings a lot of performance out of it. Nice old rocket. Got the fins. That's just a pretty car. So many pretty cars. Now, is this a 131? I think it probably is. 131 Mia Fiore. This will eat an Escort 2 litre for breakfast and then spit it out and eat it all over again. Such a cool car. Boxy but brilliant. Never mind boxy but good. And it's left-hand drive. They also sound incredible. The rebadged MX-5. Panda 4x4. Pandas are 4x4s on my bucket list of cars to own as well. It's a bit of a jump from the RS200 and the other sort of top-end stuff, but that's just such a cool little thing. And what have we got here? A 1300 GT 5-speed 127 in the always it's orange colour. Why are there so many in orange colour? They look great in it. Really makes it jump out, which is good in a small car. Like the bright green Fantasia Panda over there as well. And a little car standing out from the crowd certainly helps for fun and for traffic safety. Little Topolino. These are absolutely tiny. I mean, to give you an idea how small this thing is, this is me standing next to it. It's dinky little thing. Right, what else we got over here? We've got this camper. We saw this at a couple of shows over this last year or so. Now, we saw this car over at Brooklands earlier in the year at the Italian Car Day, but since then, it installed some LED lighting to make it a little bit easier to see around. And you really can enjoy the beauty of this tiny, tiny camper van. We did the VW T4 this week. This is the same idea, but just on a half scale, so you've got like a mounting in the floor for popping a table in there. It's just brilliant, and with the pop-up roof, room for many. Where am I going to go next? Thank you. Thank you. See you later. Bye-bye. X19s. X19s are fabulous. I was going to drive one of these for a review. No, what's that? These are the Italian answer to the MR2. They do everything so well, including the rust, which, you know, I passed this guy on the motorway, actually. Pop-up headlights, mid-engine, fantastic. There's literally nothing not to love on these cars. Now this is an old friend. This is actually the car we featured on the channel, oh, must be about 2 years ago now. Apparently, I need to double check the number plate, but I'm told this Alfa 92.5 gold cloverleaf is in fact from Mario Delotti Limited, the car we featured when it belonged to my friend a while ago. There we got the aircraft-inspired roof panel of controls, the aircraft throttle-like handbrake, the blocky 80s thing, and of course, if we go around the other side, we have got the briefcase glove box. The briefcase is in fact worth more than the entire car because they are so rare. Anyway, this car has had an awful lot of work done to it over the last couple of years because it keeps breaking. But here's a great thing though. Sud TI. Ooh. What Alfas are all about. Small, light, incredible handling, fizzy engine, all the stuff you need to love. Great sounding exhaust on that. Likewise on the GTA estate. Do you remember I showed you the red one, the saloon on the Alfa Owner Club stand a while ago? This is the Alfa Club UK stand. This is the only thing that trumps the saloon is the estate, because wagon basically. So cool. I love the pre-facelift look of the 156. It's this amazing kind of line, and this chrome grille. I think I was saying when I looked at the electric new Alfa, the thing that's missing from the face of that, it's got lots of interesting styling going on, but it needs a chrome grille. It needs the Cuore di Sportivo. It needs the Cuore Sportivo, the heart, the sporting heart. Okay, so jumping over here, we've got some very fun stuff. Now, this is a Noble 200, which is the big car on the stand. It's huge. Most it is when you compare it to a Gogomobile, which is not huge, and the Peel. The Peel is, of course, the one that Clarkson drove around the BBC Centre and all through London, was stuck in a lift and that kind of thing. You don't really appreciate how tiny these things are until you get close up to one. Your bicycle is basically a little bit bigger than this thing. And this little noddy car, Fiat Vignale Gamine, it's basically built on a Fiat 500, but it is basically Noddy's car. It's a pretty wee thing, and it's nice seeing it not in the red and yellow, because that's the cliche everyone expects. And finally on the stand we have got a Berkeley, which looks like a proper sports car, but it is about 3/4 scale. On a little bench seat, we are literally sitting on the floor. Cool, and now let's jump over here. I'm trying to give you a full run around. This will be the end of this video in a few minutes because I suspect I won't get any more chance to do more filming today. Some really, really nice customs. This looks like a car I shot for a custom car about 10 years ago. I think with customs, they get looked after and they're garaged and things, so they do last a long time. That really does look very familiar. This is cool, 1940 Ford pickup. The 40 Fords had the teardrop headlights, the waterfall front, of course the V8, which made them so popular. First of all, in the first buyers and then with the hot rodders. And this is a proper lead sled. And I call them a lead sled because the roof is just chopped. The car is lowered or channeled depending on how it's fitted together, and then it was lead loaded to make everything seamless and smooth, and that's where the name lead sled comes from. Some real skill goes into making these things. Now, this is actually a 1951 Mercury, and again, I think this is a car I've shot for Custom Car magazine. I also think it belongs to my friend Trevor. I wonder if he's around today. I'll go and look for him. This 1930 Model A is actually for sale. It's only £20,000. Not a huge amount of money for a big slice of history. It's the kind of thing that it'd be a real shame to chop that up and turn it into a rod, but that's the kind of car that rodders kind of dream of, because it's a steel body, all original. You can start from fresh and make something of your own. Anyway, Opel Coupe on nice chrome wires. This is cool. A few more bits and bobs, a bit of Japanese rarity stuff. Honda EX Prelude, or Prelude EX, Honda-matic 4-speed auto. Ah, do you know, I spoke to this guy at a show a while ago. I got his phone number, I forgot to ring him. I really wanted to feature this car because it's really interesting. Very, very rare indeed. 1984. Oh, it's for sale. So Datsun, bigger Datsun. Oh, we're into the cars for sale area. Oh, I didn't realise it wandered into the selling bit again. Lots of very shiny cars because people are trying to make a sale. Austin 7 van. Oh, I've got other stuff going on. We've got 73 P5B coupe. Yes, it's coupe. Oh, isn't that delightful? Is that for sale? I know it's a restoration project for a customer. That is awesome. An 83 Mark III 3-door Escort Combi, as they call the estate on the 3-door. Nice work on that one. Thing with those, whenever I do a video featuring a P5B coupe, I get a whole bunch of angry comments telling me it's not a coupe, it's got 4 doors. But I didn't name it. Rover named it. And I'm not going to argue with the people who've put the badge on the boot of the damn thing. Right. So all the stuff that's for sale, all the fun of the fair over here. Oh, how much is the BRM? Prices on these vary wildly. It's not listed as priced, because sometimes you get an absolute bargain for a couple of thousand because people don't know what they're worth or they're a bit rotten, but often they go for quite a lot more. Austin 6, 14,000. Wow. Oh, look at this. Check out the extra row of seating in the limousine Austin. That's incredible. Oh, 309 GTI, sorry. This is, if I won the lottery, I would probably just come here one year and just go crazy. There's so much in here that I would happily drive home in. P6 Club, have I seen the P6? Yes, I'm back into a different hall. I didn't realise I crossed into another place. So yeah, this is the 71 on zircon blue, showing up in the air to see the Dion rear suspension, because these have got this mad rear tube suspension. That tube is not the wheel carrier, that is a tube that links the 2 rear wheels and keeps the rear tyres both perfectly vertical. You can see the trailing arms, which are at the weak spot on this car because they rot out from the inside and they can lose a wheel. You need to keep an eye on that. And if you want to start an argument on a P6 forum, talk about jacking the car from this thing, because half people say you should never do it, it'll twist the chassis, and the other half say that's how it was intended, it's in the factory workshop manual to lift the car from. So yeah, bone of contention there. Rally spec, these are great rally cars. You might think they're big and ponderous and heavy, but they're not. They're quite light, they're quite powerful, and they handle incredibly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, ST170. Again, bucket list, early ST170. Very much on my list. What the heck is that? A Davellino. Looks like a tiny cut-down Mini. It's not, apparently. Now, I'm fairly certain I missed this side of the show. We've got the big Bentley Stretch. Look at that. You can see the timber from here. That's extreme. You can smell the leather and the carpet exuding from it. This is the Rami's Eunice collection. Bentley, hang on, what's it? Bentley Mulsanne V8 EWB. Is that extreme wheelbase? commissioned by Queen Elizabeth II in 2016. Okay, so these are the Queen's cars. Ooh. This is the late Queen, not the wife of King Prince Charles. Okay, this is the Emergency Telephone Club. How is it this close to opening time and people aren't on the stands and covers are still over the cars? Raging Bull. That is an extremely difficult thing to get to a show. Oh, this is Harry's Garage's Lamborghini. 87 Countach 5000 QV. And an SV Diablo. Now, I know I had posters of these kind of things on the wall when I was a kid, and they are really exciting cars. But I'm not massively minded to go and own one. I think I'd be just worried about the thing the whole time. I'd be too worried about it getting damaged or stolen or scratched to actually enjoy it. It's much more fun to own something like a ratty Rover 400. Okay, so NSXs, the Japanese supercar, and they are really, really good. Built by Honda, tuned by a legend. Yes, because Senna famously was involved in setting up the tuning and handling of these things. So they do handle exquisitely. Really cool. This one, look, there aren't many of these cars. And when you see one in a regular colour you've seen before, you think, oh, is this the same one? This might be the one that belongs to Honda's press fleet. No, it's manual. They're orange ones, and also they've got two. They've got an early one in red in manual, and they've got a later one like that, which is an auto. Cobra, 289 register. It does look great with that little fixed head thing on it. We did see the Maguire stand yesterday. Didn't see the Mercedes Club. I think this is where we are going to end our run around with the Mercedes Club. Don't think we saw this. I'm losing track of what I haven't seen now. Morning. So we're going R129 and a lovely dive into the depth of that swimming pool metallic blue paint. Some nice creamy leather inside there. Lovely bit of wood in there too. Smells nice. And we've got the old 190 here as well, which is one of those beautiful cars, they're timeless classics that everyone instantly agrees is one of the all-time greats. A pretty, pretty car. Again, that lottery win thing, when I turn up at the show one day and buy everything, that's on the list. The guys are still pulling the covers off. I've got a 300 SL Roadster, 1957, perfectly accessorised there. I know a lot of the 80s, 90s cars, people are putting the mobile phones, the Walkman, the magazines. That is how you accessorise a car. You get your period correct skis and strap them on the back of your 300 SL convertible, which has been lowered, W198 in case you were unsure. Going a little bit more modern, we've got, this is a bang up to date R232, not an RS232, that's a plug, and we've got a W113, the SL Pagoda. This is another one, just so pretty cars. Mercedes do some nice work. So, as it's now about to be the opening of the show, and I doubt I'll get to see any more of it today, I will say goodbye at this point, and I suggest next time you make sure you get a ticket to the Resto show in the spring and also to this show in the autumn, because it is a sight to see. I mean, I know I've missed a huge number of the cars here because I've just not had time to get around it. You need 2 days at this show, get a hotel room, do it over 2 days, take your time, otherwise you're going to miss half of it. And I know, even being here 3 days, I've only been in and out, I've definitely missed big chunks of it, I'm certain. But yeah, I'm going to get back to the stand, I'll edit this up and show you this probably on Monday. So if it's Monday, hello Monday. Otherwise, join me again later in the week for many other exciting things going on in the world of furious driving cars, reviews and fixing stuff. And this amazing show will be my entertainment for the rest of today. And I'll go and smell those nice pies, which I can't eat because of the gluten. Thanks, gluten. Right, on with the end of the show. Goodbye. I'll even, as Hubnut's on the stand with me, a Hubnut, or which way did he go?